Out of the infield area on the baseball layout of the Coliseum, and we expect from Merlin that may be a factor today as Jim Turner tees it up.
A factor for kickers and for runners and defensive linemen. Everyone who needs traction will have some difficulty in that newly sodded area. It's a deep sod, not the usual sod that they've used here. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it's going to be a factor during the game.
So we'll watch for slips on those quick starts and cuts. Turner to kick it off to Ira Matthews and Larry Brunson. They stand near the Raider goal line, and we're underway in Oakland, California. High, fairly short. Matthews at the 10. 15, 20, 25. And down he goes at the 31. He did not slip on the baseball area. That was the normal turf, the outfield. Charlie West was there to secure the tackle for the Broncos. Ken Stabler brings the Raider offense onto the field. Derek Jensen, his first start of the season with a veteran Mark Van Egan. So two big running backs behind Stabler to start the game. The receivers for the black jerseyed Raiders. Cliff Branch will start, although gimpy. Rich Martinez caught 11 passes at the other wide spot, and Raymond Chester leading the AFC in catches as the tight end.
All the new starters for Oakland and Denver will be listed in a different color to give you an idea about that at home.
Van Egan on first down, gains about 4 out near the 35-yard line. So it's second down and about 7. Credit the tackle to Bob Swenson. There's the line for the Oakland Raiders. Dick Enberg with Merlin Olsen at the Oakland Coliseum. We welcome those who have been watching the Jets-Miami game and a big upset in the National Football League as the Jets defeated the Dolphins. First loss for Miami. We're just underway. This is the second play from scrimmage. Raiders ball at their own 34-yard line. Second down and 7, and Stabler back to pass for the first time. He hits Chester, and it's out at the 38-yard line, short of the first down. Swenson, number 51, made the tackle, but the flag is down in the backfield of the Raiders.
Now we've got a holding call, Dick. Obviously on the left side of the Oakland Raider line, someone using their hands to keep Bryson Manor, I believe, out of that defensive or offensive secondary. One of the things that Ken Stabler desperately needs is time to throw the football.
Holding 66, 10 yards, still second down.
Steve Sylvester at left tackle, guilty of the hold, the 5-year veteran from Notre Dame. So instead of 3rd and 2, it'll be second down and 17 for the Raiders, and this is just about how it's gone all year for Oakland. They've been outscored 42-0 in the first quarter. Stabler says it's problems like this, the hold early. He gets pinned into his own end, into a foul. Did Derek Jensen fall on the loose ball? He did. Swenson again was right on top of him. Number 51 for Denver. Jensen starting his first game and a mistake on the handoff.
The Oakland Raiders using 2 big backs, really trying to get inside. We'll take a quick look at the defensive lineup. Chavis, Carter, and Manor. Manor, of course, starting in place of Alzado. The linebackers intact, and this is a fine linebacking unit of Swenson, Rizzo, Gradishar, and Jackson. Gradishar and Jackson just getting healthy. They've had some injuries early in the year.
A loss on the fumble of a couple, so it's now 3rd down and call it 17, and another fumble. And Stabler falls on it at the 11-yard line. He had thoughts of maybe continuing to roll, and a younger Stabler might have tried to get it to the sidelines and throw it. He thought, nope, I better just fall on it and make sure we can at least get Ray Guy to kick it out of here.
Let's see. It looks like Stabler is coming out of there before the snap, and I saw Dave Dalby shaking his head as he moved away, but I think he was wise just to get down on that one, not to lose it.
And Merlin, all 4 plays in that series, number 51 in white, Bob Swenson, who played at California, a free agent picked by Denver, was in on every single play.
He's one of the quickest linebackers in the NFL, runs a legitimate 4.7 or less, so probably a 4.6.
Guy to Rick Upchurch, who stands at the Denver 49, and he just did get it away, and is it a beauty? Upchurch, fair catch all the way back at the 41-yard line. What a weapon Raymond Guy's right foot is. 48 yards with no return, and Denver's Broncos have the ball for the first time, spotted at the 42 in Denver territory. Norris Weiss, and not Craig Morton, who rallied the team to victory last week against Seattle, is the quarterback. Rob Lytle, a new starter, along with Jim Jensen, the fullback. Jensen leads the team in rushing with 175 yards. Double right formation. Wide split of the backs. And Weiss gives it to Lytle of Michigan. He's out to the 44-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Mike Davis, 36 from safety, made the tackle for Oakland.
Raiders have made some changes in there, but let's look quickly at the receivers first for Denver Broncos. Just got a quick look at them. Rick Upchurch, of course, moving into that starting lineup. We were aware that Oakland was going to be doing some different things defensively. They really have shaken things up. They've taken Dave Browning and moved him over to the left end, Dick. And they've also got Pat Toomey in there, the right side. Now they've gone to a 4-man line. Reggie Kinlaw's come in. They're doing some different things than they have in the past.
2nd down and 8 for Weiss. His first throw. He likes to scramble. And gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Reggie Kinlaw, 62. The rookie from Oklahoma was the man chasing him, had a hand on his jersey, but Weiss pulled away. And another fine scramble by Norris Weiss, who is averaging 5.5 yards every time he tucks it away.
Well, that's the reason that Red Miller wants him in the lineup. He's working behind an offensive line that's gotten much better under Whitey Duvall, the new line coach. Dave Studdard, a free agent, is the only new face there. But the others seem to be playing better. Glassick is healthy, and that's really a help to this offensive line.
So Weiss brings him out of the huddle, looking at 3rd down and less than a yard. Ron Eglaw has replaced Taven Moses as they bookend the line with the 2 tight ends and give it inside to Lytle. He has the first down at the 48-yard line of the Oakland Raiders, the initial first down of this game. It's Ted Hendricks, one of the injured Raiders, but not serious enough to be out of the lineup. Look at that left hand.
There's a difference between pain and injury. A broken thumb in this business, not considered an injury, at least not by Hendricks. Defensive line right there, 3 new faces, Willie Jones, Pear, and Browning. But as we said, Jones is not in there. We've got Browning switched to the left side, and we've got Pat Toomey in there playing at the right end.
On first down from the 48-yard line, the Raiders make it the 47. Weiss. And gets it away and throws it away. As down he goes in the grasp of Rod Martin, the linebacker from USC, and Weiss able to get it toward the sidelines and save the sack.
Well, wisely done, save some yardage. One of the things that they really like about Norris Weiss is his mobility, Dick. He really does run effectively. He is not the passer that Morton is, but certainly against a solid rush, you watch him here for yourself.
And he doesn't get it away. They're going to call the quick whistle on this play, Merlin.
Well, that's wisely done. Let's look. That's the result of the new rule. They judge right there to be in the grasp and control, and they will whistle it dead there. It's going to be 2nd and about 14.
Now the sack recorded as, again, the referee Tim Tunney protecting the quarterback. Lytle up the middle into Oakland Raider territory, gets the 5 yards back, lost on first down. It'll be 3rd and 10 for Denver. No score, just underway. 5 minutes have been played in the first quarter. Oakland linebacking crew, the Mad Stork, the old pro Ted Hendricks, Rod Martin, the other outside backer in the middle, Monty Johnson, and Phil Villapiano. The deep backs for the Raiders, and they're very young. Lester Hayes and Henry Williams at the corners. Mike Davis and Jack Tatum are the safeties. Tatum with 7 years experience as the old man back there. 3rd and 10, 5 defensive backs with Charles Phillips in now for Oakland. Weiss, good pressure. Hit ball! A 240-pound rookie from Oklahoma, drafted in the 12th round, gets the 2nd Raiders sack of the game. They had only 6 all year.
Now they're coming out of that 4-man defensive alignment, doing a lot of stunning and looping. Kinlaw coming to the outside, just breaks clear right there. That was Claudy Miner who missed him on the outside. Kinlaw in for the sack. I think much of this game will hinge on who gets the pressure on the quarterback. So far, Oakland doing a better job than Denver.
Luke Prestridge, the rookie, to punt to Ira Matthews. Dying spiral. Matthews going to watch it at the 15. Dances around and almost breaks loose. Gains 5, but he had that last white jersey in his way. Charlie West saved a long gainer. 40-yard punt, 4-yard return. The Raiders have the ball at their own 20. No score in Oakland.
You've come to fly before the wind, harnessed to a wildcat, leaving the rest of the world behind. So you go for it, making the most of now, from the life you live to the beer you drink, and since 1849, the beer that makes the most out of life is Schlitz.
When you're making it beer, make it this one here. Schlitz makes it great.
Go for it.
Honey, is this homeowner's insurance high?
I don't know. Think it's too much?
How would I know?
Compare with Allstate.
Compare?
Bring in your policy and compare rates. If you have a good deal, we'll tell you. But for many, chances are we've got a better deal.
We've got a better deal.
Allstate might save you some money, but you'll never know until you bring in your policy and compare.
Oh, that's a good deal.
When you want to save on homeowners insurance,
Yeah?
Allstate wants to help.
That's a promise from us, the good hands people.
Dick Enberg with Merlin Olsen at the Oakland Coliseum. No score, each team with a possession. You said that this was a blood game.
It is a blood game, and these two teams, you can throw out the previous games, put it right out the window, because they're playing on the field like there's no tomorrow, and that's the way these two teams have gone at each other over the last few years. I think we've got a good ball game going here in Oakland today, Dick.
6 minutes have been played. Stabler up the middle, barrels Mark Van Egan for a gain of about 7 yards. The veteran from Colgate. He's the leading rusher for the Raiders, 168 yards. They've not moved the ball all that well on the ground. Don't have a touchdown rushing yet this year. Joe Rizzo, 59 on the tackle. Second down and a short 3. The Snake, now 33 years of age, says he's throwing the ball as well as he ever has. Gives to the rookie Jensen, and he has a first down across the 30-yard line. That's the Raiders' first of the game. Bill Thompson, the all-pro safety, 36, made the tackle.
One of the most interested men on the sideline, Craig Morton. Red Miller says that Morton's status is the same. And he said when the situation is right, we'll put Craig in the game. And it doesn't mean we have to be losing, he said. It just happens that would happen that we would want to throw him in there when we're getting good protection, when we need someone to throw the ball. He's a great pure passer.
Reflective pose on the sidelines, rather interesting. He's not sitting down, just off on himself thinking about maybe a roll. Dave Casper has his first catch of this new season. As you know, contract difficulties, joined the team late. He has not been playing. Raymond Chester has been brilliant at tight end. The Ghost has caught his first pass, and that livens up the crowd.
Stabler back, gives a good pump downfield, goes to a secondary receiver. Casper pulls it in nicely, has some room, and fights for a little extra yardage. Stabler said he was going to try and use his tight ends today. We've got 2 of them in the game. We've got the 2 big backs in there, and they're going right at the heart of that Denver defense, trying to isolate one-on-one and blow them off the ball.
Branch is the wide man, Chester on the near side, Casper is at the far side. Van Egan carries tacklers with him out to the 46-yard line. It'll be first down, Oakland.
I think this is what Ken Stabler meant when he said we're just going to be plain vanilla out there today. We're going right up the middle. Denver's linebackers are not big by NFL standards. They're very quick, sideline to sideline, hard to run laterally. And the Oakland Raiders have really apparently decided that they're going to go right up the middle on them until they can stop it.
First down, Oakland Raiders at their own 46-yard line. Derek Jensen. And he plows into Denver territory to the 47-yard line. First-year runner from University of Texas at Arlington. He's 6'1" and 225.
So far, the Oakland Raider offensive line doing a fine job of moving Denver off the ball. Usually a 3-4 defense, very effective against the running game, but the weakness of a 3-4, certainly Red Miller would be the first to tell you about it. You've got to be able to neutralize some of those big people on the line of scrimmage. If they're knocking you off the ball, you're in trouble.
On 2nd and 5, Van Egan has what appears to be another first down at the 43 of Denver. Gradishar and Bernard Jackson made the tackle for the Denver Broncos. The Raiders continue to march. 5.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. No score here in Oakland. The final, the Oilers have defeated the Cleveland Browns 31-10. The first loss for Cleveland. And we welcome you fans who've enjoyed that telecast here on NBC. The Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders exchange punts off the kickoff. And now Oakland, starting from its own 20-yard line, has driven primarily on the ground to the Denver
to Chester. He's got 2 tight ends in the game. That's 1 catch to each of them so far, and both of them for good yardage.
He's working on the 2s. He's thrown 2, completed 2, and he has 22 yards total thus far for Stabler. Touchdown at the Denver 30-yard line. Mark Van Egan. About 3 to the 27. Reuben Carter, number 68, the nose guard, nose tackle, and the Bronco defense makes the stop.
One of the things the Raiders desperately want to do is change their first half statistics on the year. They have been outscored so badly in the first quarter of the games this year. And certainly one of the problems is that their opponents in the last 3 games have taken their first drive, gone all the way down the field against the defense and scored. There, that'll give you an indication of how badly they have done in the first quarter. And look at the third quarter for Denver. 42 points and 14. That's been their most productive quarter. But Oakland right now wanting to chase that 0 in the first quarter of their scoring drive.
Haven't scored all year in the first quarter. Looking for Casper.
To say, hey, welcome back. We've missed you. And the snake is on today.
Snake was right. He says, just give me time. I'll get you touchdowns. And Casper, the former academic All-American at Notre Dame, has the first score of this day. Jim Breach, the little 5'6" kicker, out of the hole to David Hum. It is good. Timeout. 3:38 remaining in the first quarter. Oakland jumps in front, 7-0.
To fly before the wind, harnessed to a wildcat, leaving the rest of the world behind. So you go for it, making the most of now, from the life you live to the beer you drink. And since 1849, the beer that makes the most out of life is Schlitz.
When you're making it beer, make it this one here. Schlitz makes it great.
Go for it.
Honey, is this homeowner's insurance high?
I don't know. Think it's too much?
How would I know?
Compare with Allstate.
Compare?
Bring in your policy and compare rates. If you have a good deal, we'll tell you. But for many, chances are we've got a better deal.
We've got a better deal.
Allstate might save you some money, but you'll never know until you bring in your policy and compare.
Oh, that's a good deal.
When you want to save on homeowners insurance, Allstate wants to help.
That's a promise from us. The good hands people.
The Raiders, 7. Broncos, nothing. 3:38 remaining in the first quarter. Raymond Guy to kick it off. Chris Payne will be deep with Canada. And Dixon on the wings. And there's the story of that last drive. And there's the deep man Payne for Denver. I know you want to see that touchdown pass again. You're going to see it. You're going to see it from Dave Casper's perspective right after the kickoff. High. Payne at his 9 to the 15 and down at the 19-yard line. First down Denver at the 19. Let's go back to the touchdown play as Casper connects with Stabler, 30 yards.
Stabler back, gets some time. They're holding out the defensive lineman. They're trying to get it with a 3-man rush. There, the ball thrown perfectly downfield. Both wide receivers, both tight ends in the same area. Obviously a break in the pattern. There's the shot of Casper. You see how open he is there. And there's Chester coming in. Somebody blew that pattern. They're not supposed to be together. But a great catch and a great throw puts him into the end zone for a 7-pointer.
I think he has some great hands. He caught the back end of the ball. He was holding to the point of the ball for the 6th. Norris Weiss, the quarterback from his own 20-yard line. Play action fake and almost thrown down. A great pass as he clears it out to Ron Egloff and a 9-yard gain to the 29-yard line. Boy, Weiss, a good scramble effort.
Well, some tremendous pressure on him. 67 Pat Toomey there. Let's see Weiss as he goes back. They just didn't pick up Monty Johnson coming in right there from his linebacking position. And you got to wonder if maybe he wasn't in the control of Monty Johnson. They blew the quick whistle earlier. They did not on that one. He goes to his number 2 tight end Egloff for a fine gain, 2nd and short. Is this a throwaway down, Dick? Let's see how he uses it.
I always like it when they just rear back and try to go for a bomb. Let's see whether or not Weiss does. 2nd and 1 at 29. Armstrong and Keyworth are the running backs behind Weiss. Complete to Riley Odoms at the 49-yard line and a first down. Now they did go for the extra money on 2nd and 1. And Riley Odoms, what a target for the Denver Broncos. That is his 12th catch of the year. Superb performer.
Norris Weiss has improved as a passer. He's always been a fine runner. Here you get an idea of how he can throw it on the run. And Odoms wide open. Oakland has had some real trouble in the defensive secondary. 2 new faces back there, and they've been very vulnerable to that kind of passing. Odoms catches them on the best of them, though there's no embarrassment in that.
Boy, at 244, is he graceful? He jumps so well. He high jumped 6'9" in high school. That's Moses in motion from the 49. Denver first down play. Otis Armstrong to the 45 of Oakland. A healthy gain of 6. Let's run down all the scores for you. These are finals. Houston 31, Cleveland 10. While an upset, Philadelphia beat Pittsburgh 17-14. That means in the AFC Central, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Houston are all tied. 4 wins, 1 loss. Washington beat Atlanta 16-7. The Jets upset Miami 33-27. New Orleans over the New York Giants 24-14. Minnesota has defeated Detroit 13-10. Those are all finals. 2nd and 4. Moses in motion. Armstrong, no gain. Good play by Dave Thayer, number 74. He's the man who penetrated into the backfield of the Broncos. Just to recap the other scores in progress in the 3rd period. Buffalo 31, Baltimore 6. And it's Tampa Bay 10, Chicago 3 in the 3rd quarter. Early scores: Seattle 3, Kansas City nothing first quarter. Cincinnati 3, Dallas nothing first quarter. And in baseball, let's look at this final day in the National League. Final, Philadelphia beats Montreal. It's over. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati in the National League playoffs. You'll see that beginning Tuesday night here on NBC. 3rd and 4. And it's whistled dead. Pat Toomey gets Weiss. And in the opinion of Jim Tunney, the referee, and he told us before the game that's the toughest thing in the world to do. We have a flag down, however, in the secondary of the Raiders, is to judge when is the man really in the grasp and in the control of the defensive player. But Denver's going to keep the ball. You saw the signal, the penalty against the Raider defense for the illegal chuck.
Well, that's sad.
Illegal contact, number 37 defense, 5 yards and a first down.
Lester Hayes at the corner trying to hold up the Bronco receiver. First down at the 40-yard line of Oakland. The Raiders, with less than a half-minute remaining in this first quarter, lead 7-0.
Certainly one of the things that Hayes is asking himself, hey, I didn't do anything, but he did make a very grave error there. They had him nailed way back, and now Denver's got another shot at it.
Rob Lytle and Jim Jensen, a new set of running backs behind Norris Weiss. He has Upchurch left and Moses right. Oh, a little dipsy-do, and Weiss has a man wide open. Haven Moses at the 23-yard line, and that's where he goes down. Mike Davis made initial contact, number 36. Phil Villapiano, 41, helped him out.
Let's go back and look at the kind of pressure that Weiss is getting here. Martin delays a little bit, comes in, he's wide open. If Weiss is not agile and quick on that play, he is set. He gets it off, he completes it. Denver is driving.
4 seconds, 3 seconds. That'll be the last play of the first quarter. As you see it again, the lateral back to Weiss, and Weiss then, although the pass was a little short, Haven Moses making a fine shoot-top grab, and so goes the first 15 minutes in Oakland. We have a break after the first quarter. Oakland 7, Denver nothing. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Monday, it's a 2-hour primetime special starring Johnny Carson.
Come on, I buried to knock this battery off my shoulder.
Exactly what time did I lose control of the show?
The 17th anniversary of The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson, Monday, right after the President's News Conference.
One day I'm heading out of Buffalo and my rig won't start up. So this guy comes along and asks me, do I want to jump? I had this big rig, but he had the go-getter. Ward's go-getter plus power. Ward's best, with more cranking power for more starting power. Without that, even a warranty can leave you out in the cold. Warranties don't start cars, batteries do. And the Go-Getter Plus has the power to get you going, even in Buffalo.
Ward's, we do our best for you.
Buddy Holly Story's Gary Busey on the Sunday Show today at 4.
We open the second quarter at the Oakland Coliseum. Dick Enberg with Merlin Olsen. Pleased you've joined us on a beautiful Bay day. Sunny and in the 70s. Norris Weiss and the Broncos first down at the Oakland 24. 7-0 the Raiders lead. Long count. Play action by Weiss. Wide open is Rob Lytle, but he was out of bounds. He did not have both feet in when he caught the ball. His momentum was carrying him out of bounds. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Lytle just lost track of that sideline, Dick. Did not have the feeling for where it was, and that's a critical error because it would have been a fine gain.
There's the first quarter official statistics, and Oakland a slight advantage, and they have the lead 7-0, but Denver's on the march. 2nd and 10 at the 24, the Raiders. Charles Phillips, the 5th defensive back, is in for Oakland. East to throw. Wide open up Church at the 15, and he has the first down at the Raider 12-yard line, but before number 32 Jack Tatum can make the tackle. Final comes in, the final game of the season, so the Pirates did it themselves. They beat the Cubs 5-3. Montreal had lost just a few moments earlier. It'll be Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. You'll see that game Tuesday night right here on NBC. Tuesday night, the National League playoffs begin. Wednesday night, the American League, the Angels and Orioles from Baltimore. This man's mind is on that goal line. He's only 12 yards away from tying it up. Weiss to Keyworth. Slashed across laterally and drove Keyworth to the sidelines after a 1-yard gain. Martin, quite a story. A 12th round pick was released by the Raiders. They re-signed him, and now they say he's playing as well as anyone.
Keyworth trying to get off tackle. There's an excellent stop right at the point of attack by Toomey, who stretches it out. And you see Martin right there staying on the outside. Gets a good tackle on Keyworth. Keyworth's been bothered by stomach pains over the last week. Spent a lot of the week, at least part of the week, in the hospital getting some tests. Can't find anything wrong except he does have a pain. Still out there playing.
2nd and 9. Moses in motion. Weiss. Complete to Moses. No, he dropped the ball. Couldn't hang on. Coverage by Lester Hayes on that right corner.
I bet Ross Johnson was hoping that one would end up in his hands as he goes to the sideline. Red Miller is saying, hey, let's hang on to the ball. 3rd and 9. Critical down. They'd like to get 7 points and put this back in even footing for them in the game.
You saw number 90, Willie Jones, come into the Raider defensive line, and the veteran Jim Turner anticipates his role. Rather, he had a choice. I know it'd be for 1, not 3 points, but this will decide. 3rd and 9 from the 11-yard line. Weiss. Down he goes. The 3rd sack for the Raiders, and the fans love it. They got the rookie, number 90, Jones, in there just in time.
You've got to generate some pressure to keep these quarterbacks in their place. At least that's what the defense has to say about it. You see Browning coming in from the outside. Number 90, Willie Jones, right there, sweeping back. And Norris Weiss just took too much time getting that football out of there. And he's sacked. Turner will have a shot at it here.
32-yard attempt. Weiss to hold. No good. It's wide to the left. How quickly the emotions of this game can swing. The Broncos appeared headed toward a touchdown drive. They don't even cash in the 3. 13:45 remaining in the first half in Oakland. The score, the Oakland Raiders 7 and the Denver Broncos nothing.
Ram power. Dodge gives you Ram power.
Now Dodge pickups go beyond tough. They're Ram tough. The biggest maximum payloads. More than Ford or Chevy. The most brute power with its most fuel-efficient V8. And with optional 3-speed automatic. The best mileage ratings, too. More than Ford or Chevy. Now,
Dodge trucks are Ram tough. Ram power. Dodge
Dodge vans go beyond tough. They're Ram tough. Galvanized steel for critical area rust protection. More than Ford or Chevy. And with optional 3-speed automatic, the best V8 mileage ratings. More than Ford or Chevy. Dodge vans, engineered by Chrysler to go beyond tough.
Dodge trucks are Ram tough.
It's no ordinary ball game. The hits are bigger, the outs tougher, the errors more costly as baseball's best battle it out for the American and National League titles beginning Tuesday.
Well, the playoffs ought to be something. What a season. The Pirates win it on the final day of the regular year. They'll meet the Reds. Game 1, the National League playoffs, Tuesday night here on NBC, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Then on Wednesday, you'll get a doubleheader. The Pirates and the Reds in the afternoon, and the Angels in Baltimore from Birdland on Wednesday night. Van Egan on first down from his 20 has almost 10 yards as he carries Joe Rizzo with him. Boy, that Van Egan built like a fire plug.
Well, if you ask Tom Flores what he want to do in this game, he would have said, we want to run the football. We want to control it, and we want to play a better first quarter offensively and defensively. Van Egan right there showing you some of that left side power that they've been so sorely without in the early part of this season. They have not yet scored a touchdown rushing this entire year. They have scored very few points on the season and have given up too many. They certainly appear to be changing that trend right here. Let's see if they can stay with it.
Going with the 2 tight ends, Chester and Casper. And Van Egan on second and short yardage has the first down out to the 32-yard line. Randy Gradishar, great middle linebacker or inside linebacker from Ohio State, the AFC Defensive Player of the Year last season, made the tackle. Averaged 18 tackles per game last year, 12 of them, an average of 12 first hits.
He's off to a slow start with injuries in the early part of this year. Only 25 first hits in 4 games, well below his average. But he is feeling better. He's come around from torn ligaments in his foot, deep thigh bruise, stepping muscle. He's had a ball.
Stabler 3 for 3 passing, and he's going to throw on first down from his own 32. Dumps it out to Van Egan. Good move by Van Egan. 35 up to the 39-yard line. There were 3 white shirts in front of the Oakland fullback, and he made a little fake right and cut left, and he got by 2 of them and almost broke it up the sidelines.
Downfield, Dave Casper, fine tight end, getting a chance to play more today than he has in a long time. You see him actually running Jackson out of there. He's going to come back now. Watch him as he'll come back and get a piece of that block. Well, we didn't get a chance to see it there. Maybe we will on the second shot here. Stabler has time to throw the football. A little dump off to take advantage of Van Egan's running ability. You said, Dick, an excellent move there. Casper coming in behind, trying to get a little help for him. Actually did a shielding job more than a blocking job.
Back to the live action, and Derek Jensen hit in the backfield, still able to fight forward to the 40-yard line, and he's still fighting. As Bob Swinson, 51, and it appeared to be 72 Don Latimer wrestling him back.
We're going to see 3 nose tackles out there today. Reuben Carter and Latimer have both been hurt, and Red Miller wants to make sure that he doesn't tire them too far today. They're just now getting healthy, so we'll see if both of those players at nose tackle, along with John Grant, will also get some playing time.
Van Egan comes out, and Booker Russell, 34, is in. That's surprising that the veteran Van Egan would come out, and on 3rd and a yard and a half, the Raiders have 2 young backs, Jensen and Russell, behind Stabler.
Whoa.
Jensen didn't get a thing. The 40-yard line and right into the Bronco stone wall, and a flag late is thrown after the tackle had been made in the pileup. It appeared Pat Harder, the umpire, tossed the yellow hanky, and we'll see whether or not this little extra works.
Denver. It is against Denver, so Denver makes a stupid play. That's really a stupid play. You've got people stopped, and you saw the disgust registered on the face of Red Miller. We talked about this being a blood game, Dick. It really is that kind of a game, an emotional game. But you still don't want to lose control of your emotions, and I think Red Miller is saying, all right, who did that? I want to have his number, because you marched off 15 big yards. You let the Raiders keep a drive alive.
Personal foul, late hit, number 29, first down.
Bernard Jackson up from the secondary trying to help out, put a little extra, and picks up the 15 yards. And of course, you'll hear about that later. Don't want to confuse you. There are 2 Jacksons in that secondary for the Broncos. Tom Jackson, 57, the linebacker. Bernard Jackson, 29, who plays at free safety. And of course, the Raiders, although he's the call, and he's down to the 40, a gain of 5, and he's averaging about 5 yards a carry, and that is exactly what Tom Flores could have ordered for this Sunday afternoon. He needs to look at the 2nd and 5s and 2nd and 4s, not the 2nd and 13s.
Now the Raiders trying to take advantage of a little bit of a physical mismatch. They're bigger up front than the Denver Broncos, and they're trying to, as we said earlier, isolate those big backs and those big linemen on the linebackers one-on-one. As Kenny Stabler said, plain vanilla. We're going right at it.
Stabler himself could hardly be characterized as that flavor. Lots of time, and a fine play by Gradishar, who reached out and batted that pass away, intended for Raymond Chester. First miss for Stabler. He's now 4 for 5.
Gradishar did an excellent job of reading the quarterback as he mussed out of that zone. Stabler again has plenty of time to throw the football, and boy, that's dangerous. You can't give him time. Watch Gradishar. Excellent ball reaction. Had he not knocked it away, it would have been complete.
2nd down and 10 as Dave Casper comes out. Cliff Branch and Rich Martini, 2 speedsters out to the left, and the tight end Chester to the right. 2nd and 10 play from the Denver 40. Good time, and then it breaks down. No one open, and Stabler sacked for the first time at the 50-yard line. Barney Chavis, number 79 from South Carolina State, playing a defensive end. Another pretty good player, an old friend of yours, came out of that school, David Deacon Jones.
Chavis doing a fine job on that last play. We talked about getting pressure on the passer. Both teams doing a better job today. They came in with 5 and 6 sacks respectively. Oakland with 6, Denver with 5, and both seem to be able to get more pressure today than we expected.
Stabler, even when he was not sacked last week against Kansas City, hit the deck. He's taken a lot of punishment. But a great quarterback he is, and you can't afford to give him time. Guy to kick to Rick Upchurch, maybe the most dangerous of all the Bronco players. He is, in some eyes, their top offensive threat. Guy hits it deep toward the end zone. It'll be a touchback. I don't think they want to kick it to Upchurch.
Do you blame them?
Not a bit. Touchback, ball at the 20 for Denver. They trail 7-0 with 9 minutes remaining in the...
A big green football team, an endless yellow sea, a cherry pie, an orange sky, the bluest eyes you'll ever see. Yes, America's true colors come through on GE.
GE TV brings you America's colors vivid and lifelike, and our special VIR2 circuit adjusts the color automatically.
Yes, America's true colors come through on GE. GE, we bring good things to life.
To ride the rolling thunder and feel the power of freedom, you go for it. Making the most of now. From the life you live to the beer you drink. And since 1849, the beer that makes the most out of life is Schlitz.
When you're making it beer, make it this one here. Schlitz makes it great.
Go for it.
Behind the glitter of Washington, diplomats abuse their domestics. Plus, after 37 years, a black market baby is reunited with her brother on primetime Sunday, tonight.
4-man line working pretty well. Arthur Whittington and Otis Sistrunk. Right and left on your picture, and part of the walking wounded along the Raider sidelines. 2 outstanding players, and they've got a lot of company, unfortunately, on that Red Cross list. First down at the 20 for Denver. They trail Oakland 7-0 with 9:24 remaining in the first half. Jim Jensen, Otis Armstrong in the backfield, and that's Jensen. Up the middle for 3, maybe 4, goes the 3-year back from the University of Iowa.
Clotty Miner, number 71, Dick, real concern for the Denver Broncos. Had gout, had a real problem with his foot. Woke up with so much pain in the evening that he had to go to the hospital and have x-rays. And there was real doubt about whether he would be able to play today. They would have missed him because that would have meant putting another rookie into the lineup and shifting Studdard over to the other side. They're happy the problem is apparently abated for the time being.
2nd and 7 from the 23. Lytle and Jensen behind Weiss. Incomplete, intended for Riley Odoms, a late flag, and they're going to call Villapiano for an early bump.
I was wondering why the flag hadn't been dropped, because he clearly did bump Riley Odoms before that ball was there. Villapiano really more effective against the run out of that middle position than against the pass, and usually they try and put Monty Johnson in there.
He was in an impossible position. How do you possibly defend a man like Odoms on that play once he gets in front of you?
Well, you can't. I guess he did whatever he had to do, which was to bump him. Hoped he wouldn't be called on the play, but of course he was. And well, they didn't give up that many yards. If you're lucky, the official's not in a position to see that one, Dick.
Villapiano with that musical name, and he has some musical talent. He plays the accordion and the tuba. His father plays the violin. His brothers play the trumpet and drums, so they got a little band going for them whenever they congregate back east. First down from the 26. Jensen, the only running back, and they were waiting for him. Villapiano led the defensive charge for the Raiders. That's his kind of music.
That's the kind of thing he does best. Very quick reaction by Villapiano. They shot Martin to the inside, forced Jensen out, forced him wide, and Villapiano scraped to the outside, was right there to make the tackle, forces him into a sure passing situation. We'll see some changes in their lineup as they insert their pass defense. Monty Johnson goes in, fifth defensive back Davis goes in.
Using a four-man rush, Toomey, 67 in at one end. Play action on the draw. Flag down. Odoms has the catch at the 40 and finally wrestled down by three of the Raiders. It would be a first down, but hold on. Let's go back to the flag dropped at the 20-yard line.
Dave Pear in there pointing at Tom Glassick saying, hey, you can't hold me like that.
That's what the officials say, too.
Yes, they did. As a matter of fact. That's a big play, too. You lose the yardage of the possible first down. Watch it for yourself in there. Glassick would be on the right side. There he is right there. They're calling apparently the hold on the leg. You saw number 74, Pear, going inside. And as I said, you lose not only the 15 yards.
Takedown, offense.
You lose not only the yardage of the pass, but also the 15 yards on the penalty, 10 yards on the penalty.
Yeah, the ball was out about the 41-yard line. Instead, it's back at the 13. So that's a 28-yard penalty, not just a 10-yard penalty.
That's the kind that really hurts you.
Second down, 20. Actually 21. They lost a yard on first down. Upchurch in motion. And then sets outside. It's a pass formation. And Weiss will accommodate that Raider defense, looking for the throw. Odom, not quite there at the 27-yard line. Mike Davis, 36, second year back from Colorado on the coverage.
Alan, you would like to have had Craig Morton there to throw the pass. He's a better passer than Weiss, but Weiss didn't miss the mark by far. Unfortunately, anything out of their hands is not a reception. Davis there a little bit late, would not have been able to cover him.
Babe Parilli to the right of Red Miller. 20th year of the American Football League, the old teams, Broncos and the Raiders. Oh, they've had some battles, some wars in those 2 decades. And here they are again today. 7:45 left, second quarter. 7-0 Oakland, third down, 21. Raiders have 2 of their backs 15 yards downfield. Weiss needs a big chunk. Tatum was coming up. He had his eyes on an interception. It was intended for the rookie Steve Watson, 81. Overthrown, and the Raiders will get the football.
And you get an idea of how these Raider fans feel about their Raiders. They were a little bit worried about the reception they'd get, having lost 3 ball games in a row. But they're doing well today, and their fans appreciate that.
Prestridge back to punt. His first kick was for 40 yards. Matthews stands at his own 48. Oh, Hayes didn't get the ball, but he got the kicker. There'll be a roughing call. Matthews at his 35, 40, and that's all. But that one's going to be brought back. And a penalty against the Broncos as Hayes actually was too close to the kicker. Had he been farther away from the foot, he would have blocked it.
You've got to go to the point where that ball is going to come off the foot of the kicker. Hayes made the mistake of getting in too tight, as you said. Watch him here. He's coming in. He's got to go across in front of that ball. Had he done that, he probably would have blocked it. As it is, big penalty. 1st and 10. You stop people like that, and you make a play like that. Hey, that's the kind of thing that Oakland just got a break on that. Now Denver gets a break. If they can go down and score, they put themselves back into the ball game.
Not by day, bemoans Hayes. That could have been 6 points for us. I was that close. Instead, Denver maintains possession. And Craig Morton, number 7, has just ducked his head into the Bronco huddle.
Red Miller said he wouldn't be afraid if he had a situation that called for Morton. Apparently, this one calls for Morton. And reflecting back on that last play, that's another one of those dumb plays that we don't like to see on either side of the line of scrimmage.
First down, Denver. Just across their own 18-yard line. Morton's first time in the saddle today. Sends his backs in the pattern. Incomplete to Upchurch, but a flag is down at the 35-yard line in the secondary of the Raiders. Morton's first throw just off target, the number 1 draft pick out of California by the Dallas Cowboys in 1965. Holding is the call against the Raiders. 5 yards and a first down go with it.
Raiders have had trouble, as we'd indicated, in their defensive backfield.
Defense, number 41, first down.
Villapiano undoubtedly hawking Odoms again.
Maybe we can look at what Villapiano did to get that penalty. He's not allowed to chuck the man when he gets by him. And it looked like he did get by him and then gave him a little extra push there. And I think that's what he was called for.
24-yard line of Denver, first down. The Broncos trail the Raiders 7-0. 7:25 left in the first half. 25 Moses in motion. Armstrong through a big hole, gets out near the 30-yard line. He's hit by Rod Martin, 53, and Jack Tatum, 32.
Got an idea of the movement from Villapiano. Comes quickly to the side. Claudio Minor, number 71, right there to stick him and drive him back. But Otis Armstrong ran right over the top of him. Well, there's some good physical action down on that field today. Some good hitting going on.
Give Armstrong 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Moses left, Upchurch right. Boy, what a comeback. They say it's one of the most exciting games ever in Denver last week as they rallied to beat Seattle. And it was Morton's arm that did it. He's back to throw. Incomplete. Intended for Lytle, and it's a good thing it was too high because Ted Hendricks had him well covered.
Mad Stork over there with his arms up high, and Lytle with no chance. Morton certainly not starting his first series here with the hot hand he dealt with last week. There's Norris Weiss on the sideline. Probably wonders how I got here.
He's not happy, obviously, being there.
I got 7 points for us. I don't think I made that many mistakes, and here I am on the sideline. 4 of 8, not that bad, 57 yards. But Miller obviously got over that feeling that he couldn't change quarterbacks quite a while ago, and he's been doing it for 2 years now with mixed success.
3rd and 5. The Raiders have their giant end, Silvio, 6'9", in there for the first time. He wears 76. Morton, lots of time, and he hits Riley Odoms. No, he was out of bounds. Just missed. Odoms didn't get both feet down. A close call, but the official was right on the spot. We'll see it again.
Let you look at it. Morton again back with time to throw, and he puts this one right on the money. He looks across and then back. A nice pass, but watch Odoms here. 1 foot down right there, but the second one obviously out of bounds, and they can't count that way.
Tried to drag that right toe, but I guess he just missed with it. Ira Matthews back at the 30-yard line of Oakland. Prestridge to kick. Short. Matthews, good return possibilities at the 40, but can't quite get up in time. So a short kick. The Raiders come up with good field position. 6:24 remaining in this first half, and hold on, we have a flag down, and it's against the Oakland Raiders. Oh, it has been raining mistakes here in the first half. Both teams guilty of fouls that have changed possession. Now let's see if this one does.
You cannot afford to make that kind of an error against this. Well, no, it's not going to. It's after the change of possession, after the ball is kicked, so they're not going to take the ball away from them, but they'll still march it back 10 yards.
That'll be first down Oakland at the 30, not the 40, and we do have a timeout. 6:24 remaining in the first half at the Coliseum in Oakland, where the Raiders have a 7-0 lead over the Broncos.
1,
If you're planning a meeting, let Hilton bring it to order. We know how to put on dinner meetings, sales meetings, board meetings, financial meetings. And in Las Vegas, we can even put on meetings like this. Because when Hilton takes care of your meeting, you can take care of business.
There's no place like Hilton.
The AC spark plugs, buy 7, get 1 free sales on right now. Participating outlets where you see this poster.
Thanks, AC.
Americans are learning that if their car's plugs are misfiring, a tune-up with new AC spark plugs can help improve gas mileage. Thanks, AC. Now's the time to tune up because AC Delco is making it possible for you to get 8 AC spark plugs for the price of 7.
Thanks, AC.
Tune up with AC. Buy 7, get 1 free.
Thanks, AC.
This is Brian Gumble in New York. At the Kingdome in Seattle, the Chiefs have taken a lead. Here's how they did it. Herman Thunderfoot Weaver back to punt for Seattle. Has it blocked by Ed Beckman, number 85. The young Chiefs scramble, come up with the ball at the 24-yard line. Wasting no time, it's the Clemson rookie quarterback Steve Fuller under center for the Chiefs. He got the start again today. Gives off to Ted McKnight, number 22. McKnight following good blocking around the left side. Cuts it inside, takes it all the way. The young Chiefs go out in front of the Seattle Seahawks. That score standing now at 7-3 in the Kingdome. Let's go back to Oakland, rejoin Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen.
Along the sidelines, Craig Morton staying loose while his defense hopes to get him the ball. 6:24 remaining in the first half in Oakland, where the Raiders lead the Broncos 7-0. Ken Stabler, the snake, brings him out of the huddle. 33-year-old left-hander. 30-yard touchdown pass to Dave Casper. First quarter, the only score of this game. Gives it ahead to Van Egan for 2 or 3 yards.
Catching that shot of Morton on the sideline, I'd asked him earlier, I said, is there an advantage to sitting for a while on the sideline and coming in? He said, well, I suppose you get a look at that defense, but he said, you come in cold. It's like asking a pitcher to come in and throw when he's been sitting for a long time.
Yeah, we got a great lineup tonight. Last Sunday, great programming, and we're part of the NBC team, and we're pleased they were number 1 last week, and your Little House on the Prairie show is part of it, and so was the Sunday night doubleheader, and we've got another outstanding adults and youngsters alike. How about that? The $1 Million Duck early, and kid from left field is the second half. Casper, inbounds or not? Yes, it is a catch at the 41-yard line is the call, or now are they waving it off? He used the timeout signal, not the wave it off no good sign, and some confusion on the signal. Now they're saying it is not a completion.
We had talked about the kind of pressure that Stabler has had and the kind of physical abuse that he has taken over the past few weeks. You've got Tom Flores' reaction to that particular call by the officials. Watch Tom Jackson, number 57 at the top of your picture there, coming in. He gets around Dan Medlin, number 68, and just levels Stabler as he gets that ball away. But boy, I'll tell you, that's a tough kind of shot to take.
I'll tell you about Ted Hendricks. He has a great idea for a Christmas doll that involves Stabler. We'll tell you after this play appropriate to that replay you just witnessed. On third down and 15, trying to hit Branch, and ooh, a little bumping there between Branch and number 20 right of the Broncos, but no flag. Well, as you watch Stabler on this replay, and maybe it makes all the more sense, Hendricks says for a Christmas doll, he'll call it the Ken Stabler knockdown stand-up doll, but there won't be any guarantee because it won't last long.
Well, I tell you, that's hard on quarterbacks. He's been knocked so many times the last couple of weeks that you wonder how long that body of his can hold up to that kind of pressure, Dick.
He's a tough man. Ray Guy has rooted out 2 long ones. Rick Upchurch, dangerous at the other end at the 26 of Denver. Plenty of time for the Broncos. We have 5.5 minutes left in this half. They have men coming in a hurry. Good kick. And Upchurch apparently is not going to return it. Takes a Raider roll to the 15-yard line. Guy's foot again pins Denver deep in its own end. 5 minutes and 27 seconds left in this first half. The Oakland Raiders lead the Denver Broncos by 7.
In business, the more efficiently you use your time, the more money you make.
Time
is money.
So if you're spending hours dictating letters to far-off places, and hours are spent typing them,
I've got other work to do.
kick the letter habit. Pick up your phone and give them a ring. The phone turns your time into money.
Ram power. Dodge gives you Ram power.
Now Dodge pickups go beyond tough. They're Ram tough. The biggest maximum payloads. More than Ford or Chevy. The most brute power with its most fuel-efficient V8. And with optional 3-speed automatic. The best mileage ratings, too. More than Ford or Chevy. Now,
Dodge trucks are Ram tough.
On NBC's Sports World, China's top female gymnasts challenge an international field in China Invitational Gymnastics. Plus continued first-round coverage of the Legends of Bowling next Saturday.
Welcome back to the Oakland Coliseum. Second half of our NBC doubleheader. Final scores. The Oilers beat Cleveland, a three-way tie for first place in the Central because the Steelers lost today for the first time. Redskins made it 16-7 over Atlanta, and they're now 4-1. The Jets in a big upset over Miami. The Dolphins' first loss, 33-27. New Orleans wins its second game. Giants still looking for that first victory. Philadelphia upsets Pittsburgh for bragging rights of the state of Pennsylvania, 17-14. Minnesota wins another close one, 13-10 against Detroit. Buffalo bombing Baltimore, 31-6 in the fourth quarter. Tampa Bay leading Chicago by 4 in the fourth quarter. Tampa Bay trying to remain the only unbeaten team, that would be. Rob Lytle gets it out to the 23-yard line. Yes, that's right. With Miami losing for the first time, Pittsburgh losing for the first time. If Tampa Bay wins, they'll be the only unbeaten team after 5 weeks. There's Dave Studdard. It's kind of an interesting stat. He caught a touchdown pass last week. Here he is doing what he does a little bit better.
Well, he's trying to keep Batume occupied on the line of scrimmage, but tackle-eligible pass rather unusual for the NFL.
At the moment, Dave Studdard is tied with Rick Upchurch and Haven Moses, and Dave Preston for the lead and touchdown reception.
I bet he's rubbed it in, too.
Second down and 3 from the 23. Armstrong to the 26-yard line, pretty close to the first down. We may have a measurement. Other scores: Kansas City leading Seattle in the second period 10-3. Across the bay, San Diego 7 and the 49ers 3 in the second quarter. Dallas, after Cincinnati kicked an early field goal, now leads the Bengals 14-3 in the second period at Irving. And the Rams draw first blood against the Cardinals 7-0 down at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. It is a first down for the Denver Broncos, now under the whip of veteran Craig Morton. Let's pause briefly for station identification from Oakland. This is the NBC Television Network.
Superintendent William Johnston tonight on news conference.
Boletnikov, well, he's down south near the San Diego area, his home. And Ken Stabler said, you know, I think Fred Boletnikov would be an outstanding assistant coach. He's a compassionate man. Obviously, he knows how to run patterns, and he had to learn the hard way. He wasn't blessed with the great speed of other receivers. Imagine Fred Boletnikov might get his wish next year by someone. Long pass complete to Riley Odoms to the 50, all the way to the 44 as he carried Lester Hayes an additional 5 yards. A big gain as Morton finds Odoms open down the middle.
Lester Hayes very unhappy at that one. Picked off 2 against the Rams early in this season, and the lone win for these Raiders. Morton got quite a bit of pressure from Pat Toomey, 67 right there. In fact, just able to get that ball off. But what a perfect pass he threw. Odoms finding some open territory down there and then just attacks Lester Hayes and carries him for another 4 yards.
First down at the 44 of Oakland with 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Broncos trying to tie it up. Quick out. Complete to Upchurch. And you want him to get inside. Out of bounds at the 38, and rookie Henry Williams didn't lose his man, but he lost his helmet.
Upchurch showing Henry Williams what a straight arm is all about. Absolutely knocked his helmet right off the top of his head. Give you a look at it from field level. Morton throwing a pass as straight as a string, and the rookie had given Upchurch too much room, respecting his speed. Look at the helmet right there. He just popped it off.
Rick Upchurch to the 38 of Oakland. We're at second down, and call it 4. Lytle. Flag is down as Lytle is dropped at the 32-yard line, and we may have an illegal block by one of the Broncos. First signal by Tunney. Holding. That'll just, I don't know of anything that worries and concerns coaches more than just that. It's like the errors in baseball. You can't give a team the extra outs and expect to win, and the penalties are like giving the other team an extra down or extra yards.
Oh, you hate to make mistakes, and certainly, again, the penalty not only a loss of yardage as they mark it off, but you lose the yardage that you made on the play. In that case, first down or close to a first down. And we've talked about the fact that there are mistakes and there are stupid mistakes. We've seen some stupid mistakes, mistakes on turnovers that would have given the other team the ball. Keep an eye right here as you see Toomey working to the outside. I wonder if it wasn't on that particular block that they threw the flag.
They didn't have the referee's mic working, so we won't know. Morton almost intercepted by Lester Hayes at the 20-yard line as he tried to hit Haven Moses cutting on the angle pattern. And it looked like a good call by Morton. He had his receiver isolated out there and open, but couldn't find him.
Morton's story in Denver has been one of being hero and goat almost alternately. You just watch him throw the ball here off target. I think he was just getting rid of that one. But, of course, came in and put the Broncos ahead against the Rams early, and then went back, dropped the football on a fumble as he was hit. The Rams scooped it up, went on to win the game with that touchdown as they walked into the end zone. Of course, the great comeback last week. And here he is trying to do some of that magic today against the Oakland Raiders.
Upchurch to the right. Watson in the game. 3 wide receivers. Only Jensen behind Morton. 3rd and 9. Upchurch at the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15. First and goal at the 8-yard line. Fine reception by Upchurch. Just took it away from the Raider defender and finally tackled by Jack Tatum. First and goal, Broncos with 2:47 left in the first half.
You said it earlier, Dick. Upchurch may be the most dangerous man on this Bronco team. Morton facing a 4-man rush. Oakland trying to get pressure on him. They couldn't get to him, and he just drilled that ball. And Lester Hayes was right on Upchurch's back, but he put it right in the hands of Upchurch, and he went down the field. A chance now to get into the end zone, put 7 points of their own on the board.
First and goal. 9-yard line. Jensen, he's to the 5 and inside the 5-yard line before they drive him back. And that's going to take it to the 2-minute warning unless we have a timeout. 2:09, 2:08 showing. Ted Hendricks spearheaded that last defensive charge. Villapiano helping out. The Raiders have a 7-0 lead here in Oakland. 2-minute warning has been given to both teams. The Broncos, when we return, will have it 2nd and goal at the Raider 5-yard line, trailing 7-0.
Cruising at 3,000 feet with no speed limit and no traffic, with only the sound of the air rushing past a big pair of wings. You're free to do what man has always dreamed of. Free to soar with eagles. And you go for it, making the most of now. From the life you live to the beer you drink. And since 1849, the beer that makes the most out of life is Schlitz. That's why every day, millions of times a day, America reaches for a Schlitz.
When you're making it beer, make it this one here. Schlitz makes it great.
Go for it.
The Pope in America. An NBC News late-night special report recaps the first day of the papal tour and looks at American Catholicism. Monday on NBC.
Key pass reception by Rick Upchurch. 3 for 53 yards today has positioned the Broncos closest to that Oakland Raider goal line for the entire first half. They trail 7-0. Ball at the 5 12-yard line. It's 2nd down and goal. Greg Morton, now the captain of the Bronco offensive ship after Norris Wee started the game. Broncos missed a field goal from 32 yards out. Morton now using his steady veteran hand. And there's Jim Turner as he awaits his possible turn. A reminder now, we want to underline the fact that NBC Sports World, I know you've enjoyed it thoroughly through the course of this last year, is now on Saturdays. Saturdays during the football year, 2 o'clock Eastern Time, 11 o'clock Pacific Time. Next Saturday, some great bowling, USAC auto racing, gymnastics from China. Sports World Saturday. 2nd and goal. It's Lytle to the 3, maybe the 2.5. Reggie Kinlaw, 62, came in behind the play to make the tackle.
The Oakland Raiders trying to stop it up at the goal line. The Broncos pulling. Paul Howard, number 60, right in the middle of your picture, getting a good block from Jensen. Lytle just slides in there behind the blocking of the big guard, gets good yardage, takes it all the way down inside the 2. They have a tough situation here. What do you do on 3rd and 2? That's tough yardage down there.
3rd and goal. Ball right on the 2-yard line. Only one back. Lytle behind Morton. He's going to throw. Deflected at the line of scrimmage. I believe the Mad Stork got it. Hendricks, the 6'7" linebacker. Oh, is he adept at just that fly swat trick.
I wonder if he bounced it away with his cast. He has a problem catching the ball with that one thumb, broken as it is, but he's a tough one. Give you a look at it. Morton back, decides the best thing here is a pass. He gets time to throw. Right on the line of the scrimmage, Hendricks up in the air, bounces that ball cleanly away.
It'll be a short field goal try by Turner. It's up and it's good. So Jim Turner, the number 2 scorer in NFL history and number 2 in field goals to George Blanda in NFL history, has just kicked his 296th. Oakland's lead is cut to 7-3.
This home could be a lot like yours. It's a home that's losing heat, wasting costly energy. It needs Pink Owens Corning fiberglass insulation. In the attic, under unheated floors, and in the outside walls. Stop paying to heat the whole neighborhood. Get Owens Corning fiberglass insulation now. It's cheaper than oil.
If a man's lapel begins to rebel and the pockets in his pants become losers, then he needs clothes from Levi's Sportswear. Levi's slacks, blazers, and suits hold their great looks because they're sewn to the tough standards that made the Levi's name famous for durability. Men's clothes from Levi's Sportswear, where quality never goes out of style.
Some surprising scores in the National Football League today. Brian and Mike with the highlights, the details at halftime, so stay with us. We do have a final we can duck in now. The Buffalo Bills have defeated Baltimore 31-13, so Buffalo now 3-2. And Tampa Bay, would you believe, after 5 weeks of this season, the only club with an unblemished record, the Buccaneers of Tampa Bay. They have defeated Chicago 17-13. You think Johnny McKay is smoking a cigar right now, feet up, and just a smile curling at the corners of his mouth. Out of bounds, the kickoff by Jim Turner, so they'll have to do it again.
Turner lays that ball almost flat on top of that elevated tee of his, and just got his foot under the side of that one and rooted it out of bounds. Obviously doesn't want to give them field position. You get an idea of the size of that tee as you look at it there.
And the length of the grass. You could hunt Easter eggs in there.
Well, he has to put that down in that sodded area, and that sodded area happens to have long grass. They want to protect it when it first goes in. Dick, one of the things we could say that missing that 7 points, ending up with the 3, certainly a moral victory in a way for the Oakland defense. They want to go in with that lead, and they have played good football in this first half. Denver with a chance to put it even, I think, would have gained a real edge had they put that one in the end zone and tied this ball game. As it is, Oakland will go in apparently with a 7-3 lead and with their best first half performance probably of this young season.
Had to be frustrating for the Broncos. They moved the ball 82 yards, Merlin. They started on the 16, got all the way to the 2-yard line only to get 3 points. That's a lot of work.
You don't want to squander that kind of opportunity.
Larry Brunson, and Clarence Hawkins are deep for the Oakland Raiders as Turner now has it teed up after the 5-yard penalty at his 30.
See how deep that grass is. That's about a 2-inch tee he's using. You can just barely see it in that deep grass.
Down to Brunson at the 16. He can return them. 20, 30, 40, 50, 40, 35, and out of bounds at the 34-yard line goes Larry Brunson. John Matuzak was the man in the yellow shirt cheering his teammate. Although injured, he's very much in this game.
Well, they miss him. He'd love to be in there, but what a great opportunity here as the Raiders get excellent field position. 50-yard run back by Brunson. You can get a good look at him here. Follows his blocking nicely. Starts up inside to set it up. 84 blocking up in there for him. Good looking shot of him from behind that runs out of one tackle by Bernard Jackson. Gets out of another one partially there, but finally out of bounds.
It was 84 Vince Kinney that saved the possible touchdown. Stabler double pumps and hits Chester. First down or close to it, depending on where they mark the football. Down at the 23, it'll be very close. 56 seconds showing on the clock.
We talk about the emotion on the sideline. John Matuzak, watch his reaction to that pass to Chester. There he is right there.
And he's also signaling timeout for this commercial break. 56 seconds remaining first half. 7-3 Oakland.
These are very important lines. They determine how sharp your color TV picture will be. They're called lines of resolution. And the more lines, the sharper the picture. Magnavox has 25% more lines than ever before possible. That's why Magnavox has a sharper color picture than ever before possible. A 25% sharper color picture. From Magnavox, we make staying home fun.
Take care of your car at Kmart.
Your Kmart Automotive Center has the answer to your muffler problem. The zinc-coated, double-wrapped Kmart Arrestor muffler. Have it installed by Kmart, and if anything goes wrong, they'll replace it free, as long as you own your American-made car. The Arrestor. Zinc-coated and double-wrapped like the best. And best of all, Kmart price. Get it at Kmart Automotive Centers across the USA, where quality auto products are Kmart priced.
Tonight on NBC, starting at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. That's a great double bill on World of Disney, $1 Million Duck. Still all looking for that. Dean Jones found it. And then The Kid from Left Field. That has had excellent reviews from the critics who have seen the advance of that fine feature.
Gary Coleman and our friend Ed McMahon as the owner of that team. So a little bit of baseball fun tonight, along with the wonderful World of Disney.
Appropriate way to lead into the playoffs. Meanwhile, here it's a first down Oakland at the Denver 23. Brunson in motion. Stabler trying to get his team more. Fine catch by Cliff Branch, wearing Louis Wright all over his back. Wright, the premier left cornerback, and you see Matuzak, he's doing everything, trying to call timeout now for the Raiders. He's doing it all. You better give him some pom-poms.
When his shoulder gets better, you get an idea again of the emotion on the sideline. Not only Matuzak, but players on this Oakland sideline really excited about the way their offense is playing. And Stabler not satisfied to sit on a 4-point lead. He wants more. Excellent pass, right on the money. Super, super catch by Branch.
Ball is at the 17-yard line, and we'll be back.
Ram power. Dodge gives you Ram power.
Now Dodge fans go beyond tough. They're Ram tough. Galvanized steel for critical area rust protection. More than Ford or Chevy. And with optional 3-speed automatic, the best V8 mileage ratings. More than Ford or Chevy. Dodge fans. Engineered by Chrysler to go beyond tough.
Dodge trucks are Ram tough. Ram power. Dodge gives you Ram power.
Now Dodge pickups go beyond tough. They're Ram tough. The biggest maximum payloads. More than Ford or Chevy. The most brute power with its most fuel-efficient V8. And with optional 3-speed automatic. The best mileage ratings, too. More than Ford or Chevy. Now,
Dodge trucks are Ram tough.
seconds remaining in the first half. Larry Brunson's 50-yard kickoff return has positioned the Raiders in Denver territory. Red Miller looks at Ken Stabler, set his line on the 17, second down and 4. Open, Rich Martini, first and goal at the 6-yard line. First-year receiver from the University of California, Davis, has his first catch. The Raiders going without a huddle.
They're going right after 2 passes in a row, thrown to Louis Wright, one of the best quarterbacks in the business.
From the 6. He threw that one away. He wanted to save the timeout. 22 seconds now remaining as Stabler now has it second and goal at the 6-yard line. That allows us to go back and look at the completion to Martini.
Going to give you a look at both of those passes by Stabler. The first one to Branch, and watch the bumping that Branch takes as he gets his hands on this football. Louis Wright right on his back, hits him there. The ball bounces loose for a second, and Branch, who was questionable for this game with a thigh injury or a hamstring injury, just absolutely clutches that with one hand. The second pass again thrown on Louis Wright, who is an all-pro and one of the toughest in the business. Right now we're going to go back down to the live action.
22 seconds remaining, second and goal from the 6. Stabler incomplete for Branch. Penalty flag down. Interference on Steve Foley, number 43, the right cornerback from Tulane. That'll make it first and goal at the 1-yard line.
Branch going into the end zone, had room to make the catch. Foley just gave him a little shot. Stabler back here again, has time to throw the football. Zips that ball inside. See if you can see the bump right there. Foley over the back on the 1-yard line. First and goal.
Tough call, but it appeared to be a good one. So the Raiders, after seeing their lead cut to 7-3, trying to make it 14-3. 18 seconds. The Bronco defense digs in at the 1. Van Egan, touchdown. And these Oakland fans welcome home their Raiders.
Van Egan gets a welcome of his own as he goes to the sideline. What a big play that is. Again, the Oakland Raiders have not gotten out of the blocks quickly all year. Today, they've not only played well defensively, but they've put points on the board offensively. They go into the locker room with a very comfortable lead. Let's see if it's going to be even more comfortable after this kick by Jim Breach.
Out of the hold of David Humm. Remaining. It is 14-3. It was Larry Brunson's 50-yard kickoff return that set up the touchdown, and a very important 7 points for the Raiders going into the locker room. Reminder, NFL 79. Brian Gumbel, Mike Adamle back in New York. I know you're curious as to some of the details in the 2 big upsets today. Philadelphia handing the Pittsburgh Steelers their first defeat of the season. Ahead also on Tuesday night, we open the National League playoffs, and we now know it'll be the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And then on Wednesday, it'll be a day game between those 2 teams at 3 o'clock Eastern time. And so the National League will have a couple of games in before the American League opens play. The Angels and the Orioles, 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Will you be doing that game, Dick?
With Wes Parker and joined by George Sparky Anderson. Looking forward to it.
It's an excitement. It's that time of year, and there's a man who's plenty excited. Al Davis, managing partner of these Raiders. I'm sure he's been disappointed by their slow start on the season, but has to be pleased with what he's seen today.
Great guy to kick it off. Hits it high. Chris Payne at the 7, 10, 20, 30. Bronco fans looking for that same kind of return magic that helped the Raiders to the touchdown, but Payne couldn't break it as the Raiders had it covered well. Booker Russell, 34, made the tackle. Well, you talk about the action today, Merlin, and you look at that first game next Sunday. Pittsburgh and Cleveland now both 4-1 as they both lost for the first time today at Municipal Stadium, Cleveland. Over 80,000 fans. Oh, I want to.
Boy, those two teams. That's another blood battle too, just like this one. That's a grudge match in a street fight every year.
Flags are down, the Raiders jumped the gun defensively.
Looked like Dave Pear decided he was going to get there a little bit before everyone else, and he certainly did, but not much before the flag.
Pear from the University of Washington, Baltimore's third-round pick in '75. Then Tampa Bay picked him up in the expansion draft, and it cost the Raiders a number 2 and a number 3 draft pick to get him. Now, you talk about the Raiders and the fact that maybe they aren't playing up to the standards of their past 14 consecutive winning years. They have not had a number 1 draft pick in the last 4 drafts. And that has to hurt a club a bit.
It's hurt them not to be able to go after that top flight talent, Dick. No question about it.
Morton flares it out and incomplete to Jim Jensen. Tried to screen it in that left flat, and now only 5 seconds remain in the first half.
Get a feeling for Morton's view of things right there. It drops back, a little screen pattern. I think Morton realized there was no way to get that thing off. Just flipped it out there. It falls incomplete. Drops out of the hands of the receiver there. We talk about the draft picks. Oakland has really traded those picks for what they thought would be first-round players or frontline players. Mike McCoy, who's since been traded away. Monty Jackson, who's hurt, who has played well for them.
Ted Hendricks.
Ted Hendricks, probably the most valuable money they've traded for, and certainly one of the reasons they have played well over the past few years.
5 seconds remaining, and too much time against Denver. They exceeded the 30-second count.
Well, I think Morton just figuring we're going to run this out. A lot of field to cover in that quick a time. Of course, I hate to see a team giving up. You never want to give up an opportunity to get some more points on the board. Red Miller, not the most aggressive of offensive coaches, very often would feel that his team would rather have them conservative and save their punches for the second half.
Larry Cirillo, Ted Nathanson, our producer director. Great shot. I love that shot from behind Morton. Draw to Keyworth. Big yardage, but the Raiders were giving him that kind of yardage out to the 45. The first half comes to an end, and the Oakland fans liked what they saw. At halftime in the Coliseum in Oakland, the Raiders 14, the Denver Broncos 3.
You've set your financial goals, and you've set them high. But getting there won't be easy. What you need today is the scope, insight, and strength that's put one investment firm above the others. Merrill Lynch, a breed apart.
Marooned 3 years on a desert island. Alex Selkirk is back. Sir, what necessities did you lack?
Food, shelter.
And the latest fashion.
Yeah.
Like pleated Hager slacks. Or a Hager sport coat and slacks. Even a Hager vested suit. All the natural-looking fabrics of today's day crime. And you look terrific.
You're not so bad yourself.
Back to you, Bill.
Hager, because looking good makes you feel good.
When I see Dave playing with children, I realize how lucky I am. He's so big and so strong, and yet he's so gentle with them and with me. I realize that some women aren't so lucky.
Hi, Kath.
Hi, babe.
Hi, I'm Dave Dalby of the Oakland Raiders, and this is my wife, Kathy. We're here having a picnic with the staff and volunteers of the Emergency Shelter Program, a United Way organization here in the San Francisco Bay Area.
This is a program that helps women in crisis, battered women, women who have been left homeless. This program provides food, shelter, and counseling for the women and their children. We want to give them a fresh start. And when we succeed, it's because we have a dedicated staff and United Way volunteers who really care.
Volunteers who really care, that's what makes a difference. Thanks to them, thanks to you, it works for all of us, the United Way.
54,000 sold out at the Oakland Coliseum. They saw the Oakland Raiders take the 14-3 lead into the locker room at halftime. Preceding announcement was furnished as a public service by the National Football League. Coming up, NFL 79. Quick recap of your feelings about that first half.
Well, the Raiders got off to a fast start. Exciting for us to see them do that because they've made a game out of it. In fact, they have a comfortable lead. Stabler's had time to throw the ball. The Broncos can't afford that.
Now let's go to New York and NFL 79.
again, everyone. Welcome back to NFL 79. Bryant Gumbel along with Mike Adamle. Halftime of the Raiders game. This has been a very bad Sunday for the NFL's unbeatens. The Steelers, the Dolphins, and the Browns all go down the tubes. This typical of the Steelers' day. They're trying to score the fumble. The Eagles come up with it. We'll have scores. We'll have highlights. We'll have it all after these messages from your local station.
On Primetime Sunday.
He hits this one, a sailor. Payne at the 7. 15-20. Leaps to the 30 and somersaults to the 34-yard line. An acrobatic return by Chris Payne, and the Broncos will start it at their 34-yard line. The official halftime statistics are in, and here's how the numbers look. Just our first look at them ourselves. Actually, Denver outgaining Oakland 175-132.
Oakland having a better average on passing than Denver, but pretty even in the stats, except the score. The most important stat of them all.
14-3, Oakland leads. A 50-yard kickoff return by Larry Brunson after the Denver field goal, a key play. That's Rick Upchurch at the 40. Spinning away, slippery on the sidelines, and a first down before they can finally bump him to the sidelines at the Denver 49-yard line. Jack Tatum, 32, made the play. Let's reset that Denver offense. Rick Upchurch, number 80, dangerous wide receiver, working with Haven Moses. Quarterback Craig Morton has his tight end Riley Odoms. His backs, well, 4 men have been sharing the duty. Rob Lytle and Otis Armstrong at halfback, and Jim Jensen and John Keyworth at fullback. Craig Morton did not start the game. Norris Weiss did. Unable to manufacture any points in the first quarter, Morton relieved him. And as he did last week, his assignment is to bring his team from behind in the second half. Rob Lytle at the 50, the 45. He's to the 40, and that looks to be another first down for Denver before Rod Martin, 53, can make the tackle in the Oakland defense.
Well, the games are all played in 4 quarters, not 2, and Denver coming out hot in the second quarter of this one, or in the third quarter, start of the second half. Oakland now has got to get that defense fired up a little bit, see if they can shut them down. If Morton can march it all the way into the end zone, he can certainly get them emotionally back into this game.
Defense for the Raiders has Pear, Kinlaw, Browning, and Toomey up front. Vilipiano, Martin, and Hendricks the linebackers. Hayes and Williams at the corners. Davis and Tatum the safety. First down from near the 40 of Oakland, and Morton down the sidelines for Upchurch. Well covered by Lester Hayes. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Oakland Raiders and the National Football League is prohibited. With that toss by Craig Morton, he's now 3 for 9 in the game, 71 yards. Weiss was 4 for 8 before Red Miller took him out. Jim Jensen right into the thick of that Oakland defense. Dave Pear, Vilipiano and company. Kinlaw in on another tackle after a gain of about 3 yards. Make it 4 and call it third down 6 Denver.
Lonnie Johnson into the game on a passing situation. He and Vilipiano have alternated that middle linebacking spot. 2 defensive backers coming in. Phillips and 36 Davis.
And 38 Rufus Bess is in there also as a defensive back from South Carolina State. Norris Weiss now a spectator, but itching to get back into the game.
Got to wonder what's going through his mind as he sits and watches.
3 wide receivers and only Jensen behind Morton. 3rd and 6. Deep down the middle. Odoms can't quite get it at the 15-yard line. He drew a crowd, and we may have another Raider injury, and it appears to be Jack Tatum who's getting up slowly. 2 Raiders collided, Davis and Tatum.
Not unusual for players on the same team to hurt each other. You see it right there. Tatum up in the air and just absolutely bends Davis right over backwards. And as flexible as Davis is, I don't think he's that flexible, and he is hurt.
Now Mike Davis, 36, still not up for the Oakland Raiders. Shaken is Tatum, but I believe he'll stay in the game. So the injury list that we showed you early in this game continues to grow for the luckless Raiders.
Watch that. You see the bend right there. The legs bent right back underneath Davis. Tatum took a helmet right in the stomach. I wonder who's yelling at. Maybe he's yelling at Tatum.
I think so. He said, "Hey, Jack, you are a hitter."
Hey, the black guys are the good ones. So please don't hit me. I'm on your side. 4th down, 7 yards to go. Interesting choice here. The kick, obviously, for the sideline. Maybe a poocher. Let's see what Prestridge will do with it.
Now the Raiders defense played very well the first half, and they stopped the Broncos' first drive of this second half. Larry Brunson stands at the 10, aiming for the sidelines. Good looking kick. They're going to mark it at the 8-yard line. Nicely done by the rookie Prestridge. Oakland's first possession will start at the 8. Hold on, we may have a flag. Ineligible receiver downfield against the Broncos, and so the Raiders may ask Prestridge to do it again.
Well, they want to see a repeat of that. And there you see the man who say, hey, come on, let's not make that kind of mistakes. That's the reason we're down by 11 points here in the first half. He wants his team to get a little more on the ball, and I don't blame him. You hate to see mistakes, especially when they take away from a great play like that punt by Prestridge.
Red Miller will watch his rookie kicker from Baylor. Prestridge tried to aim it out of bounds again. Guy, as you can see, NFL number 3, get the feeling that by the end of this year that Rupp and Parsley may be in trouble. Guy will be attacking their lead. Prestridge, not bad. First year, 41.8. Aiming again for the right sidelines. Another good-looking kick. This may be better.
Oh, just missed it.
Now goes into the end zone as he had that coffin corner zeroed in, but missed by about 10 yards.
Helmet, and that's an alteration to the uniform. I think he might get a letter from the league office or a telephone call.
The dress code being challenged. Mark Van Egan. Power running his way for 4 yards on first down out to his own 24. Ken Stabler, as he goes to work for the first time on offense, 7 for 11 passing and 86 yards. The twos. Is he a man?
I think you like that. What a tremendous difference with this in size. The defensive line shrinks in size with Matuzak and Filia out of there. You see some of the power of Van Egan here as he just refuses to go down. Takes about 3 of them to take him down. Denver getting better play, more aggressive play defensively. They need to do more of it.
Derek Jensen off the left side to the 27-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 3. The Raiders have been bemoaning, understandably, Tom Flores' ill luck and all the injuries, but primarily because they've taken all of his speed away. Arthur Whittington, the outside running back, he can't, Flores, challenge that defense on the wide speed running, and with Bradshaw and Branchout, although Branch is playing today, he didn't have the speed in his receivers. That's really getting nicked.
Well, it's tough to run wide against Denver. They run laterally so well, so it doesn't hurt them as much against this team as it might against a slower team.
You know, Miller making a trip down that sideline is like saying, hey, you guys, you want to win this game? Let's get going. Well, Jensen does, and he has the first down. He got the ball across the 30-yard line before Bob Swenson, 51, could make the hit. Raiders have a first down, and we may have an injury. A Raider player, Dave Dalby, the center, has not gotten up yet, and Dalby rolls in pain on his back. Left tackle takes Dalby's spot at center. First down at the 31. Stabler, Van Egan. He's not fast, but you can see there the quickness off the ball. That first step by Van Egan is the key to his success.
Not only a first step that's very quick, but also the ability to adjust as he gets into the defensive line and into the secondary. But having to adjust their lineup is certainly not a good sign for Oakland, with already having to do without the services of so many of their veterans.
O.J. Simpson has just scored for the 49ers in a 1-yard run, but the extra point was blocked, so San Diego maintains the 8-point lead, 17-9 in the 3rd quarter. Chargers trying to be another club at 4-1. Stabler, what a catch by Casper at the 45, tackled at the 48. A flag is down in the secondary. Oh, you talk about hands. Dave Casper climbing the ladder and just meat hooking that one out of the air.
The blitz was on Stabler. Offensive line did an excellent job of picking it up. You see Gradisher 53 coming in right there. It gets picked up by 31 Derek Jensen, and there's the pass. Defensive man all over him right there. Bernard Jackson. Casper wouldn't be denied that football.
Penalty is against the Broncos, and of course the Raiders decline, take the first down at the 47.
You get an idea of the kind of pressure they're pickup, gave Stabler time to throw that ball, and that was one of the keys to the success of that play, along with a great catch by Kessler.
That wasn't just by accident that they brought the linebackers right at Bella in his first play. First down at the 47. Derek Jensen plows ahead for a couple, but Bob Swenson, who's played a big game on defense, number 51, made the play. Go back to John Bella as he gets himself loose in a hurry.
Bella has never played over at that left tackle position. He's practiced there a little bit, but has never played there. You see him doing a good job there of warding off the defender, Bryson Manor, keeping him to the outside. But that's a big responsibility. Step off the bench cold and go into a position that you have never played during a game.
Bella from the University of Southern California, drafted in '72 in the second round by the Raiders. Through the years, picked a lot of former USC players. Al Davis, of course, coached there at one time. Second and 8, near midfield. Stabler over the middle, wide open. Van Egan, 45. He's to the 40 and a first down for Oakland, and they're on the march again. Bob Swenson again made the tackle.
Over the past years, Denver defense, of course, one of the quickest in football, reacting well to this kind of play. Van Egan, just a little delay pattern, stepped out of the backfield, isolates one-on-one on Swenson, who does a good job of stacking him up with a little help from Billy Thompson. It's a big pickup, first down play. Oakland down well into Denver territory, and Denver cannot afford more points on that board. They need to get them stopped and take the ball away from them.
Every time you see that Stabler pass in slow motion, you appreciate how beautiful a spiral he throws. Looks as if he just can't miss catching it. Van Egan gets about 3 off his own left side. 72, Don Latimer. Bryson Manor and company stack it up. Does anyone throw, is it because he's left-handed, or does Stabler indeed just put the kind of rotation on the ball that makes his passes so pretty to watch in slow motion? They seem to be perfect.
Well, he does put a beautiful rotation on the ball, and they say he throws one of the most catchable balls in football. In other words, the ball comes softly into your hands, and he does have the finesse of the great ones, able to loft it over the top. Right now, the Denver Bronco defense not worried about finesse. They want a turnover. They haven't been as aggressive on turnovers this year, have not been taking the ball away as much as they did last year. Red Miller, I'm sure, hoping they'll get it going here.
8 minutes left in the third quarter. Oh, that one didn't work. Don Latimer, number 72, read it well and drags down Derek Jensen for a loss. And that'll make it about third down and about 12.
Look at the inside as Stabler takes the snap from his center Sylvester, playing for the injured Dalby, and there's Latimer, just burst through to the inside. Big defensive play by him, and that's the kind of play they're going to need if they're going to get this Oakland offense stopped.
Now they spotted it back at the 40-yard line, so it's 3rd and 9. Neither team all that successful on third down, although the Raiders 2 out of 5 first down. They need 9 for the first down. That's Brunson out of the backfield in motion. Stabler caught by Derek Jensen, or did he catch it? No. Nice effort by the second-year former quarterback at Kentucky. Jensen, 6'4", 220 target. And on fourth down, Raymond Guy has to punt it away. Check that, Vince Kinney was the man.
Vince Kinney. Apparently the officials saying the ball was trapped. You can look for yourself, and Jackson smothers him right there. Hard for us to tell, although, well, hard for us to tell from here. I guess maybe we just stop right there. I'll tell you, he wishes he'd gotten up and gone out of bounds or somewhere else.
Throwing the ball to the official.
Somebody burped him right there.
I was right. Finally, I was right for once. It was Derek Ramsey and not Vince Kinney, who wears the 84 in the other uniform for the Denver Broncos. Bill Thompson is the solo man back at the 10. Guy will try to get this one out of bounds. Floats it into the end zone. He just missed. So it'll be Denver's ball at the 20-yard line. They stop the Raiders. Neither team able to score here in the third quarter. And now 6 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the third period. 14-3 Oakland.
To shave men's faces, we try to shave them a lot closer than men do. Because we know all about skin and Noxzema. Trust me. The closer you shave, the more you need the medicated comfort of Noxzema shave cream. Take it off, and what have you got? Skin smooth enough to get next to mine.
silver for the Raiders. Some orange can be spotted.
Can't help but wonder if maybe Ross Johnson didn't sneak in there to watch his Broncos play today.
Maybe that was Ross and that chicken outfit.
Maybe it is.
Morton play action on first down from his 20. Has a man. Complete. And Haven Moses dragged down at the 38-yard line. Forward progress. First down for the Broncos as Morton now 5 for 12 and right about 100 yards throwing. Tatum made the tackle, number 32.
Morton dusting himself off. A 5 for 12 average on the day, but certainly a beautiful pass there. I think his first connection to Haven Moses, who's one of the best control receivers in all of football. Broncos at about the same point in the game that they caught fire last week, about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and they need to do it again right now. Red Miller over there doing his own cheerleading on the sideline and hoping they can get it going here.
They were down by 24 points last week to Seattle, but won 37-34. They trail by 11 today, and Rob Lytle meets a rude greeting company. It was number 41, Villapiano, wearing the same number as Lytle, that made the tackle. As we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
Shaving cream commercial challenge, 7:30 Monday on Consumer Byline.
Quickly back to a look at that last play. The blitz coming with Villapiano shooting from the outside. Gets excellent penetration. Goes right in behind Tom Glassick, 62, the guard. You see Villapiano there just diving into the legs. 53 Martin coming in to help pick it up on the backside.
Well, he may be a 9-year veteran, but he'll still sacrifice his body. Morton dumps it off to Jim Jensen at the 40, and he struggles out to the 45-yard line, where it'll be third down and 4. Don't forget tonight on NBC, the $1 Million Duck on the World of Disney at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, followed by Gary Coleman, that sensational kid from Different Strokes, and the kid from left field. You won't want to miss it. Kansas City now leads Seattle 10-6 in the third quarter. Merlin Efren Herrera has kicked the field goal for Seattle. 10-6 in the third, and it's 13-3 now. Dallas over 21-13. Dallas over Cincinnati. Anderson has hit Don Bass a 10-yard touchdown throw. Third down 4 at the 45. That was Odoms in motion. Good protection. Open is Lytle. First down at the 48 of the Oakland Raiders as Morton hits his running back Rob Lytle. Rufus Best, 38, made the tackle.
Morton doing a good job of getting that ball on target, but Lytle made a fine catch. He had to hang on to that ball as he was hit just the minute it arrived. Morton getting time to throw the football here. Oakland rushed him, got 3 sacks on him earlier in the game, or 3 sacks on he and Weiss. But right here you see him zipping the football. Lytle takes it, is hit immediately as he accepts the football. Rufus Best, the defender there, but it is a first down. Let's see if they can keep this drive alive.
4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Denver on the drive, trailing 14-3. Good play action, screen to Upchurch, 45, 40, takes a good lick, holds onto the ball and drives to the 39. It appears to be close to another first down. Rod Martin, USC, wears number 53.
He's on the inside. He's got a feeling for the screen, breaks to the outside. He's coming in actually behind it, gets a piece of Upchurch. Watch the balance of Upchurch. He's just like a dancer as he rolls across the top, out of bounds, very close to the first down. And now Ward, got to wonder if Ward isn't saying, well, there's the bandana we talked about, hanging out of the back of his helmet. What a great player Upchurch is. Morton may have a throwaway down, second and just a crack.
Just inches from a first down. Broncos passed in this situation in the first half. Don't this time. Take the first down. Jensen slamming up the middle of the 36-yard line. Dave Fair made the first hit for Oakland. 3:40 remaining third quarter. Denver on the drive, trailing 14-3 here in Oakland.
Defensively on a play like that, Dick, when you've got a second and inches or a second and a half a yard, you almost have to play pass. You know that a team can afford to give that down away, and you literally almost have to give up the first down or hope you can make a big play, because you cannot afford to play the run and give them the opportunity to hit a big one on you.
Upchurch, who has averaged over 17 yards every time he touches the ball, is to the left. Moses to the right. Morton facing a literally 11-man line.
Blitz coming. Everyone up on the line.
Dumps it off. Incomplete to Upchurch, and the only man to stop Upchurch was rookie Henry Williams, San Diego State, number 45.
The inside right 32 in the middle of your picture, Jack Tatum trying to get a little pressure. He's getting a little more pressure than he wanted from Bill Bryan there, the center. He comes back and said, hey, that's uncalled for. Bill doing a good job on the nose. I'm surprised that Morton didn't hit that pass. He reads the blitzes very well. The receiver running exactly the pattern he wanted, but it looked like he had a little too much pressure to get it on target.
Oakland may have tipped their hand too soon. 2nd and 10 from the 36. Down the middle. Oh, wide open was Moses when Tatum fell, but Tatum was still able to deflect the ball. Had it been thrown higher, that was 6 points, and Morton knows it.
You got to believe that Craig Morton is kicking himself all the way toward the sideline as he walks over to greet the play coming onto the field. Watch the move right here. The break right there sets him up for the quick one and then goes deep, and he's got the touchdown right there. The ball just thrown short. I can't help but feel that maybe he did that on his own. Morton throwing to a point on the field, maybe did not read the break. The ball delivered where he was going to be rather than where he ended up.
That's right. Sometimes it's the receiver that fouls up the quarterback, but the quarterback gets the blame. But what a beautiful move by Moses.
Wow.
On 3rd and 10. It is Odom's incomplete. Moses was going down the middle to the far sideline. He threw the double coverage, and the Raider defense has done it again. And Brett Miller, he's going to say, hey, plenty of time left. That's part of the job of the coach. He's got to keep the morale high.
Get an idea of the pattern as it develops here. Odom started inside, broke outside, actually had room to make the catch. Morton just overthrew him on that particular play. Odom's mad at himself, but that ball was not a catchable ball.
Prestridge apparently to punt. Aims for the coffin corner, but it appears that's going to go into the end zone. Did not catch it inside the 5, so the Oakland Raiders will begin at their 20-yard line with 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and the Raiders still in front, 14 on the near sidelines. It appears to be either a knee or an ankle.
Well, he has ice on his knee as he sits on the bench, knee stretched out. Certainly the Raiders do not need to add any other names to that long list of injuries.
It is the knee. 2nd down play, Van Egan. Look at him fight for yardage. Gets almost to the 30-yard line, stopped at the 29. But one tackler isn't doing it when Van Egan has the pumpkin.
We had to trace the success of the Oakland offense. If you look at Dalby on the sideline, you see the ice pack on his left knee right there. Well, I tell you, he's got to be a discouraged young man. I think, Dick, we've seen more knee injuries, more early injuries this year than I can ever remember in the NFL.
To such key players. I mean, big names, one after another, from Charlie Waters in the preseason and Bill Fergie. And Dennis Hara, they found that he had a broken leg in X-rays this week, the star guard for the Rams. Oh, Van Egan, did he get that football to the 30-yard line? I don't think so.
I don't think he did either. The Denver defense just swarmed him. That's the kind of Denver defense we've been used to seeing over the years. You want to find out what it's like to run up into that kind of an egg beater? Watch Mark Van Egan earning his money. Give you a chance to see him in action here. Number 30, getting a block from Derek Jensen as he goes in on Louis Wright, and that was Louis Wright, the cornerback. Boy, how many times do you see a cornerback get the first hit behind the line of scrimmage, and then he got plenty of help from his friends. That very big play by the defense. They're going to measure it, bringing it in from the sideline.
Well, the only way this is a first down is if they put the yard lines down wrong.
Yeah, well, that's a possibility. People would tell you that anything is possible in this stadium.
Well, they marked them accurately, and it'll be 4th down and about a half a foot. Trying to console Dave Dalby on the sidelines.
Talk about injuries. Certainly one of the things that we have to be considered about, or would have to be considered here, the Raiders did more work on conditioning and running than they had ever done in the history of their franchise this year, and yet they've had more injuries than ever before. John Madden did not believe in all that conditioning and all that weight work in the off-season. There's some thought that maybe too much, too quick, maybe part of the problem with the Oakland Raiders and their injury problems this year.
Upchurch at the 31, Ray Guy to kick. Oh, did he hit that one? To the 10-yard line. A reverse to West. He's in trouble. Down at the 8-yard line, 61 yards.
Upchurch going to start away, hand the ball to West, coming back. But the ball was kicked so deep that it broke up the timing of the reverse. West had no choice, turned back to go the other way, and ran into a host of tacklers. Watch Ray Guy, watch that ball just explode off that leg. What a powerful leg he has.
He's a powerful athlete. You know, he can throw the ball 50 yards without moving his feet. Just keep his feet on the ground. He'll throw it from the 50-yard line into the end zone. Morton, fumble, incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. Signal was given. It is not a fumble, but Morton just did get that arm going forward. That had safety written on it. Then it had a possible fumble. Tom Flores thought his team had another 6.
Extremely disappointed. Jim Tunney, the official, with his eye right on the quarterback, said that Morton had started the forward motion of his arm. Give you a chance to look at it from the end zone. Morton getting pressure right there from Hendricks coming from the backside. Got to wonder if Hendricks didn't get a hold of that ball before it started forward.
Save the play, gentlemen. Save it. Let's look at that one again. Morton then on 2nd and 10 from his 7. Great protection. Finally finds Jensen open, and down he goes after a 4-yard pickup at the 11-yard line. Now let's go back to the play that started this series. Was Morton's arm in motion? Was it a fumble touchdown for Oakland?
Now the rule says the quarterback's arm must start forward to be declared a pass. It doesn't look to me like Morton's arm starts forward, Dick. You get a chance to look at it here. You said it earlier. It looks, in fact, to be a fumble. Hendricks coming on the blitz from the top of your screen. I take it back. That's the last play there. We missed the other one.
I kept waiting for that.
Where's Ted Hendricks? Where is it?
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll see if we can't search and locate that play again for you. Morton, here's that questionable call again involving Morton and the Raiders.
It would appear that Morton is cocking his arm, but never starts forward. He gets caught right there. The shoulder is pushed forward by Hendricks, and apparently that's what Jim Tunney declared to be a forward pass. John Madden saying, no, I think that was definitely a fumble.
Tough call for Jim Tunney, the referee, but it appeared the Raiders were denied a touchdown. Great throw, and Haven Moses out to the 31-yard line, but a flag is down, and that one may be called back. A perfect strike by Morton, but he may have been helped out with an illegal block. Holding, and they're going to bring it back.
It's been a frustrating day for the Denver Broncos. Morton back. You see Phil Yaw, 77, working to get pressure. Morton has time to throw it, puts it right on target. But as the ball is going over, a flag was headed toward the line of scrimmage. They'll mark it off halfway home.
We talked earlier about Ken Stabler and the beautiful pass he throws. As we look from behind Morton, this would be the referee's view, in fact. Watch the great arm action and the perfect spiral as he zipped that ball about 30 yards in the air and right on the string to Moses, and the flag. Oh, that's an artistic shot, gentlemen.
We caught it all.
Back at the 5-yard line. Oh, almost a safety as Upchurch on a reverse is brought down at the 3-yard line. The Raiders force the Denver punting team to come on. Phillips and Phil Yaw made the tackle.
Morton dropping back. It looks like a little statue play almost. Upchurch coming all the way from the outside, but the Raiders are just flying across that field. 58, Monty Johnson there to make the tackle. Another look at it. You get an idea of how close he came to being grabbed on the goal line there, but that's great pursuit from the defenders.
Now you're going to have to kick it right into your living room.
There you go.
Prestridge hangs a high spiral. Larry Brunson at the 45. 40, 35. Flags are down, and so is Brunson at the 24. The clip was out at about the 35-yard line. Ken Brown made the tackle. Feared that Lester Hayes might have been the man who clipped. 42-yard kick, 21-yard return will be called back. Injured John Matuzak, big defensive lineman of the Raiders, and he has been a cheerleader deluxe. Reminds me of Rod Carew of the California Angels when he was out with a broken thumb. He made up signs to help his team along. Look at, he's even doing a little training work. He's going to have his club ready. Of course, you'll see Rod Carew against the top pitching staff in baseball, the Baltimore Orioles. That'll be Wednesday night, but it all begins the playoffs Tuesday night on NBC. The Pirates won it today. They'll meet Cincinnati.
He said that cheerleading stuff worked. He used that wet towel on his face. I think he might be the biggest cheerleader I've ever seen.
There's the address again for your tax-deductible contribution for our Olympic athletes. U.S. Olympics, Post Office Box 1980T, Cathedral Station, Boston, Mass. 02118. From midfield, Sabler blowing long for Branch. He's open. First and goal at the 5-yard line. What a throw by Sabler and a great catch by Branch.
Branch has been hobbled by injuries, has a hamstring problem. Stabler gets a good look at the blitz, realizes that Branch is one-on-one down the sideline, and just rifles that ball. That's Louis Wright, the all-pro corner, one-on-one on Branch, who did an incredible job of getting underneath that pass. Watch Stabler throw the ball, and then watch the reaction as he gets an idea of how well that pass is going to work for him. Excited man. I can't blame him. Look at him right here. Pop, right at the other end, and caught on a very fine corner, Louis Wright.
First and goal at the 5-yard line. It's Van Egan for a couple to the 3-yard line. Yeah, but Merlin, I think we ought to give credit where it's certainly due. Fellows down in the truck and their cameraman, Larry Cirillo, our producer, Ted Nathanson, our director, they have really captured the magnificent moments of this game today, and we've seen it from every angle.
We surely have. I tell you, the Denver Broncos are seeing more of it than they'd like to. The Raiders certainly playing the best football of their season. Branch getting a tremendous ovation and a happy welcome, and of course a lot of pressure on the defense for the Oakland Raiders, or the Denver Broncos right here. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown.
12 and a half minutes left in the game. Second and goal from the 3. Good line surge, and in that mass, Van Egan has the ball close to the goal line. The attendance today, 52,632. Over 54,000 tickets sold, about 1,900 no-shows. Tom Flores sees the ball at the 1-yard line. Third and goal. The Raiders lead 14-3. They score a touchdown here, and the Broncos will need another miracle comeback, and they may have used theirs last week. From the 1. Fumble, and Stabler saves the ball in the Raiders' possession back at the 5. Oh, my.
And that's the first time that the switch of Sylvester to center has backfired on them. He's played very well in there, as has Vela, but he has not played that much center. Bad snap to Kenny Stabler, who is out of there a little too quick. Stabler wisely covers the ball, but it's going to be 4th and about 4, and they're going to have to go for the 3 points instead of the 7.
Now that could be the break that the Broncos needed, because a field goal here would allow Denver with 2 touchdowns and the extra points to tie the game. 11 and a half minutes remaining as Jim Breach, he's 3 for 5 this year, tries one from the 12. That'll be 22 yards. Oops. Ron Latimer invaded the backfield prematurely. That'll be half the distance to the goal if it's against Denver, to the 2.5.
Defensive lineman pointing over and saying someone moved.
Oh, the Raiders
must have done.
Another mistake in this game, and now it'll be a bit longer for Breach, but certainly well within his range.
I don't think a kicker really minds moving 5 yards there. If he's out around the 40-yard range and moves 5 yards, then he'd get a little upset.
But it does make him think a little more. Sometimes coaches don't like those kickers to think too much. So from 27 yards, maybe 28 as Hum kneels. Low, but good. Line drive 3 for the Raiders.
You got to believe that Jim Breach is counting his blessings. Ball taken cleanly by his hold-away guy and on the ground very comfortably, or Dave Hum actually. The kick is low and just barely over the arms of the outstretched or onrushing defensive lineman. And Breach has to be very grateful that that one was not blocked.
11-17 left. 2-touchdown lead for the Raiders.
This is Brian Gumbel back in New York for the second time today. The Kansas City Chiefs have blocked the punt, and it has led to a touchdown. And if you believe in youth, you've got to like the Chiefs. Blocking the punt, number 42, Milton Carter, rookie, Cal State Fullerton. Recovering the block, Gerald Jackson, number 49, rookie, Mississippi State. Under center, number 4, Steve Fuller from Clemson, a rookie. Then he throws the touchdown pass to number 40, Mike Williams, rookie, New Mexico. Kansas City's rookies out in front of Seattle, 17-6. Let's go back to Oakland, Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen.
You think injuries aren't contagious? That's one of the Raiderettes. Lovely lady, Gwen Thompson. And she is going to undergo knee surgery next week. So even the pretty have fallen here in Oakland, 79. But they lead 17-3. Larry Canada takes it to the 20, the 25, and the big back from Wisconsin gets it to the 30-yard line, where the Broncos have some business to do, and they've handed the ball to Craig Morton, who relieved Norris Weiss early in this one.
Great guy, kicked that one right through the ceiling. Canada did a good job of staying on his feet. The 3 points did not hurt Denver as much as the 7, obviously. They had to get 2 touchdowns to go ahead, as they were behind by 11 points. This just makes it a tie if they get their 2 TDs.
They have 11 minutes, 8 seconds to do it. Morton 9 for 20. As a man, Moses first down at the 45-yard line. Well, that's one of those patterns that the M&M gang work on, and they almost do it blindfolded. Morton to Moses, and they beat the rookie at the corner, Henry Williams.
Well, that's the M&M connection, and one of the very famous passing combinations in the league. And you can see Williams giving Haven Moses all kinds of room on that side. You just cannot give good receivers that much room, or they're going to eat you up.
The Broncos need a score in this possession. 17-3 Oakland. Both wide receivers, Upchurch and Moses to the right. Play action. Open is Odoms. Intercepted. Monty Johnson at the 26-yard line. Good thing he got tackled. He was on his way the wrong way. Monty Johnson tackled by Riley Odom. And another injury. Filipiano is slow getting up. But the tip ball as 3 Raiders converged on the giant tight end Odoms. And Johnson comes up with it.
Blitz is on. Hendricks coming from the outside. Picked up nicely by Jensen. Morton steps up and tries to float one over the top to Odoms. Odoms is indeed able to get his hands on it, but Lester Hayes right there to bat his arms. Ball bounced high. That's the tip drill. Monty Johnson doing a great job of pulling it in.
And there's a break. 10:55 remaining in the game. Oakland has the ball again, and they'll protect or try to that 14-point lead.
Now, the trick is, in just 3 moves, to get the light bottle caps all together, moving 2 each time. Once, twice, 3.
What? That's easy.
Hey, I can put away a lot of beer by the time they figure this one out. That's why I'm drinking light beer from Miller. Not only does light taste great, but it's got a 1/3 less calories than their regular beer. And it's less filling.
Hey, what's going on here?
Okay, once more. 1, 2, 3.
What? That's easy. Let me...
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I got my start playing golf, driving a tractor.
Arnold Palmer, back home in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
My father was pro here, but before he taught me to play golf, he taught me to treat the equipment right. So we used Pennzoil, and I think that old tractor of ours lasted 30 years or more. Look, if Pennzoil and I hadn't taken good care of the equipment, I might have never gotten on the golf course.
Pennzoil, America's asked-for motor oil.
Gary Different Strokes Coleman's manager of the worst team in the majors.
You're out!
The world premiere of The Kid from Left Field tonight on NBC.
Even Darth Vader is alive and happy in Oakland. Well, there is a way to cure bronchitis. And Lester Hayes, 37. He's 5'11", but was a high school center. Look at him leap from behind and bat it right out of the mitts of Odoms. And then intercepted by Monty Johnson. Oakland has the ball again at the 26-yard line. Hayes was a high school center at 5'11". Shows you why. Straight ahead. And the Raider game plan has been that all day, Merlin.
Well, it certainly has, and that turnover, by the way, the first of the game, and the Broncos themselves looking now, in fact, need to have a turnover. They got to get that ball back, and one of the things that they have done so well over the past few years is to take the football away, give their offense field position, and I don't think there's been an offensive team in football more opportunistic than the Denver Broncos, but they need the football to score, and they need it quickly.
And time working against the men in the white jerseys from Denver. Getting taped up on the sidelines. Jensen in motion. Van Egan to the 30, where it'll be 3rd down and 6. Tom Jackson, the speedy linebacker, 57 from University of Louisville, made the tackle. What are those, the Polaroids?
Those are Polaroids of the game, and it shows the position of each of the players as he started to play. Those pictures are taken to give the players a chance to look at what is being done, what formations are in defensively.
Dan Fouts has hit that brilliant rookie Kellen Winslow 20 yards for a touchdown, and the Chargers open up a 24-9 lead against the 49ers. 49ers after their first win of the year. Stabler on 3rd and 6. Dumps it away to Jensen. Jensen started to move upfield when Stabler looked him off, and he faked out his receiver. The rookie went for the head fake by the passer, and the Broncos will get the ball right back, and Oakland was able to chew up only about a minute on that possession.
Got to wonder if maybe they won't go to try and block one of Ray Guy's punts. He had one blocked earlier against San Diego during the year. He does not get many blocked. He gets it out there pretty quick.
We talked about Guy's powerful leg, and we all know about that. We told you that he can stand on the 50 and throw the ball into the end zone. I asked him how far could he throw a pass, a long pass. He said, oh, I can hit 80 easily.
He probably can.
May have the strongest arm in the NFL. 10 men. Charging Guy. Upchurch at his 30. Looking for that one block. 35-40. 45-46. Is he exciting? He fumbled the ball, and the Raiders say they have it, but we have no official signal yet.
Yes, we do. One of the officials signaled Raider ball, and Upchurch comes out of there furious.
Threw his helmet, did Upchurch, and Red Miller in some disbelief. And they have to cart the verbally attacking Upchurch off the field.
Upchurch is just angry. That ball apparently stripped away by Derek Jensen, number 31. And the Oakland Raiders, of course, at a very critical point in the game, when it looked like Denver might be getting some momentum back by return. Watch it for yourselves at home. Just some great running here by Upchurch. Eludes a man here, jumps right over the top of another. There's Derek Jensen pulling on the arms, popped it away. Get an idea of the emotion of the rest of the players. Boy, they're happy to have that football.
The ball did appear to be pulled free before he hit the ground, and Stabler going for 6 has Dave Casper out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Oh, this is the Raiders of old.
Casper at the receiving end of a Ken Stabler pass. As we told you earlier, Casper has not caught a single pass this year. Boy, he's caught him today. It gives you an idea why many considered him last year to be the best tight end in all of football. And he just has not played much, had contract problems, came late, missed camp. But he has been one productive football player today.
He's not been a friendly ghost for the Broncos. He's caught 4 for over 90 yards. 1 touchdown. 1st and goal, 3-yard line. Van Egan. I believe that's the play that Stabler had called when they fumbled the snap in the last sequence. Swenson and Latimer down the bottom of the pile. It'll be 2nd and goal from around the 1.
Stabler having a little trouble with his footing. Actually had to dive to give that handoff to Van Egan. But, Stabler showing you why he still is a dangerous man with that football in his hands. Watch him here. A little late. He got his feet hooked in there somehow. Just barely able to get that ball handed off to Van Egan.
Oakland leading 17-3. And Kenny Stabler has his fangs ready at the 2-yard line, 2nd and goal. Play action. Casper. Almost a
watch the end of the play. Casper up, gets a hand on it, and I think if he could have got a little, maybe one more finger on the ball, he would have been able to stop it.
Merlin Olsen, I'm going to throw this at you. You see how you'd react. Throw 10 of those to Casper. I say he catches 5 of them. Not many would, but I think he'd catch 5 of them.
He really is an amazing receiver and such a great athlete that he gets up there and makes that unbelievable catch.
Yeah, you expect him to catch everything. 3rd and goal at the 2. Van Egan, no way. He loses a yard, and the Bronco defense pressures the Raiders, and the field goal unit comes on. A very important attempt by the rookie Jim Breach, another former California player. If he kicks this one, the Broncos will be down by more than 2 touchdowns and only 8 minutes to play. He is connected on his only try, 27 yards.
The Broncos reacting very well to the pressure near the end zone, but they're giving up the big plays. Stabler has hurt them with the passing game today. Van Egan's hurt them on the run. And this field goal could also hurt them tremendously because it puts it out of the range of 2 touchdowns, and there's not that much time on the clock.
Art Shell there with a towel over his shoulder. 21-yard attempt. Good. And the Raiders turn the fumble recovery into another 3 points. Timeout, 7:39 left. And Denver now trails here in Oakland, 20-3.
Can you name a life insurance company that gives you a discount just for being healthy? Guess. Allstate Life.
My Allstate agent already gives me a discount on auto and homeowners insurance. Now with their new Healthy American plan, he's giving me a discount on life insurance. Because I don't smoke and I pass the Healthy American physical.
What's that company again? Allstate Life. See your Allstate agent.
Get in good hands for life.
Ella Fitzgerald is listening to Chuck Mangione while we're recording him on Memorex with MRX3 Oxide. Now Ella's going to listen again, but can she tell if it's Chuck live or the Memorex recording we just made?
Beats me! It's Memorex!
Reproduction so true we can ask, is it live or is it Memorex?
On Disney.
We're going to be rich beyond our wildest dreams.
Dean Jones catches $1 million duck that lays golden eggs. Tonight on NBC.
$1 Million Duck followed by the world premiere, The Kid from Left Field. A big double bill for you fans at home tonight on NBC.
Robert Dion, the star of Benson, also appearing along with Ed McMahon on that show.
Guy going to hit that right out of the stadium. From the 35, that kick about 74 yards in the air. So a touchback to the Broncos. Is Guy having a great afternoon. 20-3, the Oakland Raiders lead the Denver Broncos. If you join us late, Stabler hit Dave Casper. Roger Harbaugh is the man who's been giving us those spectacular shots right off the grass, really giving you a feeling that's his camera at work now.
Oh, what a great advantage to have that kind of field camera available to give you folks at home that kind of shot.
Morton, with only 7.5 minutes remaining, hits Riley Odom's 33-yard line first down. Let's go back and review the scoring for you. Stabler to Casper, a 30-yard touchdown. Got the Raiders 7-0 in front in the first quarter. Jim Turner missed a 32-yard field goal for the Broncos in the second quarter and then connected from 19 yards to make it 7-3. But just after the kick by Turner on the ensuing kickoff, Larry Brunson, a 50-yard return, set up an Oakland Raider touchdown just before the half, scored by Mark Van Egan, the first rushing touchdown for the Raiders this year, 14-3. They didn't score in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, a pair of field goals here by Jim Breach, 27 and 21 yards, that made it 20-3. And Denver has only 6:45 left to catch the Raiders. So the other score, 24-6, Kansas City leading Seattle. Pat Toomey makes the play on John Keyworth at the 35-yard line.
A lot of changes made. You watch Norris Weiss, who's still maybe saying to himself, hey, I think I could have done a better job in there. But that's the problem you're always going to have when you're rolling 2 quarterbacks in and out. Morton has not done badly, but he just has not been able to punch up that many points. And certainly the clock ticking down now, 17-point deficit. Broncos not looking too good right now.
Second down and 8. Morton steps up and hits Rob Lytle for a first down at the 45. He's hammered by Lester Hayes and Rod Martin. Going back to that score you saw earlier, Kansas City late in the game beating Seattle 24-6. That would make the Chiefs 3-2. And Ted McKnight, running back for the Chiefs, has had another big day. He's run one for 84 yards and another 24-yard touchdown run. Ted McKnight helping the Chiefs to a 24-6 lead, and there's only a minute and a half left in that game.
Chiefs had a big victory last week against these Oakland Raiders. Certainly chewed them up on the ground. And I think may have inspired some of the defensive changes we've seen today. Four-man rush, different alignment of the defenders on many different situations.
First down from his 45. Morton to throw deep for Moses. Incomplete down at the Oakland 25. Another note of interest, Merlin, O.J. Simpson today rushing for 83 yards, and that game still underway in San Diego. He has passed the 11,000-yard mark in his career. Of course, only Jimmy Brown has exceeded that total. O.J. Simpson has scored a touchdown, and he's nearing the 100-yard rushing mark today. Second and 10 for the Denver Broncos with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left. Time permitting, NFL 79. We'll have scores and highlights for you. Jim Brown finished with 12,312. Thank you, Joe Costanza. Upchurch right. Vince Kinney to the left. Morton. Played it almost to Monty Johnson. That one trickled through Johnson's hands and then past Armstrong. Johnson already with one interception this afternoon, his 10th career.
Monty Johnson alternating with Villapiano early in the game. Monty coming in on passing situations, and you saw why right there, right on top of number 24, Otis Armstrong, and he had a good shot at that one. Morton looking downfield, finally went to a secondary receiver and gunned it. I don't think he realized that Monty was that close to him.
Well, big upsets today. The Jets handed Miami its first loss. Philadelphia handed the Steelers their initial defeat of the season. And this would be a mild upset if the Raiders won at home. They were the underdog today to Denver. Morton rolling out of pressure. He's got some running room, and he also has some time, but not for long. Broken up at the 32. Davis and Tatum converged on Moses. There's a case where Morton didn't get his real good spiral off.
Morton had problems because he had run back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, the official looking to see if he was over the line of scrimmage. I think that scared him. You get a look at Taven Moses running all by himself. Sees that Morton has time, breaks back to him, which is a receiver's responsibility, but should have kept coming. I think had he kept coming, he might have had a chance at that one. Watch Morton now. Morton running for his life. Watch him come to the sideline, and then look for the official at the top. Oh, let's see if he goes right there for his pocket. Reached for his pocket, and then checked him again and said, no, he's all right.
We're going to go for it. It's do or die for the Broncos. 4th and 10 at their own 45 with less than 5 minutes remaining. Morton. Not even close. Steve Watson, number 81. And the Raiders are going to send Red Miller's Broncos home a loser today unless Denver can come up with some turnovers. It's been a very stout defense by the John Matuszak-less Oakland Raiders. 4:51 left. Oakland still in front, 20-3.
Lovely, lovely. And now a word from our beauty contest winner.
I'm fed up, and I'm not going to waste my money anymore. It's Toyota time.
Waste, but don't do without. Toyota Time is the best time to get the best selection and best deal on Toyota's sporty Celica. Get European style and handling with Toyota's total economy and a car that's fun to drive year after year.
It's Toyota time.
When you've got it, you've got it.
Toyota.
Tom, what's new? It's my birthday. Really? Let me buy you a beer. Michelob Light? Michelob makes a light? Well, it is my birthday.
The good taste of Michelob Light. Don't just compare it to other light beers. Compare it to your regular beer. It's that good.
Great present.
Least we could do.
We? Surprise! How'd you know?
You told us last week.
And the week before that.
Gary Different Strokes Coleman's manager of the worst team in the majors.
You're out!
The world premiere of The Kid from Left Field tonight on NBC.
Hello again, everyone. This is Bryant Gumbel in New York reporting a final from Seattle. The Chiefs have beaten the Seahawks 24-6. A big day for this young man, number 22, Ted McKnight. He got the insurance score in the fourth quarter with this 84-yard jaunt. McKnight on the day, 11 carries, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns. The young Chiefs moved to 3-2. The Seahawks dropped to 1-4. Let's go back to Oakland. Dick Enberg, Merlin Olsen.
4:51 left, and Oakland takes over on downs at the Denver 45-yard line. Silver and black will be back. Someone prophetic with that sign today. It's 20-3 as Van Egan to the 42-yard line, and the Broncos tackling Van Egan in the ball. Randy Gradishar and Bernard Jackson leading the charge.
Got to believe that Van Egan and the other backs who handle that ball, and they're going to have both hands on it, or at least have it locked away, because every Bronco defender will be trying to strip it. They'll try and stack them up, hold them up, and take the ball away from them.
4 minutes, 25 seconds left as Booker Russell, 34, rookie from Southwest Texas, actually in his second year. 4:17. That's all that remains, and Raiders trying to finish with the ball. They have a 20-3 lead. Defense is shut out. Broncos, but for a field goal. Derek Jensen inside the 40 to the 39, where it'll be 3rd down and 4. Under 4 minutes left. Monty Johnson, a key interception today. The former hockey player from Bloomington, Minnesota, and at Nebraska. The old linebacker, chance to smile.
He deserves it. He and that defense have done a fine job today. I think we ought to pass a few bouquets to the offensive line for the Raiders, though. Playing without Shell, playing out without Mickey Marvin, playing without Dave Dalby the last half of this game. And they've done a fine job of opening holes for Van Egan, running backs, and an excellent job of protecting Ken Stabler today. May well have been the difference in the game.
Oops. Stabler on a one-hop, and he hits Raymond Chester down at the 28-yard line, but we have a flag down. Raymond Chester, another catch for the Raiders, as they've used that 2 tight end offense very effectively. Not only the blocking powered ads with Casper and Chester in there, but they're both such outstanding receivers.
Watch Stabler, the ball dropping there. Hard to tell whether there was a late snap or whether Stabler just mishandled it. Put it right on the money there. You just drilled that one in. Holding call. You see Tunney.
Microphone obviously not working
63.
today.
I think maybe he signaled 63, which would be the old captain, Gene Upshaw. One of 2 starters still in that offensive line for the Raiders, the other one being Henry Lawrence.
Official word, Merlin. Jim Tunney lost his transmitter, so we'll have to. he'll be able to parlay that into one of his funny moments on his speaking tour. He's an outstanding public speaker. Draw play, Clarence Hawkins, and he loses back at the 48-yard line. Bruce Radford, number 78, a rookie from Grambling, a 3rd-round pick, made the tackle. He's quite a outstanding young athlete. He, at 260 pounds, Radford ran a 4.740. That's almost fullback speed.
But he is young. They've got to get him running in the right direction, and he's not always doing that yet, but has great potential. It's got to be a frustrating day for these Broncos. They felt very good coming to this game. They were healthy. Looking across at Oakland, they had to figure Oakland, with all of their injuries and all their problems coming off a bad start, not going to be that good an opponent today. And that was a mistake. The Raiders, as we said, putting it together today for the first time probably in the year, other than the win over the Rams, which was not that impressive a showing for them. They capitalized on some Ram errors to punch that one in late in the game. But today they have played excellent football and certainly would appear to be making this divisional race a much more competitive one.
Ray Guy's statistics speak for themselves. 48-yard average. Upchurch, the only man back at the 10. Hit a spiral, he kicks the wind right out of the ball. 11-yard line. Upchurch just tackled. John Huddleston from the University of Utah, along with Clarence Hawkins to make the tackle. A 45-yard kick. Now that showed you the power of his leg, because any punter would say he just didn't really hit that one cleanly and still knocked it 45 yards. Football today, and of course this coming week, is a sports fan's delight. On NBC you'll see the playoffs, both the National League and American League, 8 o'clock Eastern Time Tuesday night. The Pirates and the Reds at Cincinnati Wednesday afternoon at 3. Then the American League Game 1 from Baltimore's Memorial Stadium. The Angels and the Orioles, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Of course, we'll have the playoffs throughout the week, and then a full slate of NFL action next Sunday, including Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Just does wiggle out of that one and then almost threw an interception. And Morton is down.
Boy, he really got nailed on that one. Big rush put on by the Oakland Raiders. We've said they've made several adjustments, and Morton may need some adjustments to get him back in shape. Dave Browning, number 73, who's been playing left defensive end as opposed to right defensive end, one of the main contributors on that sack, or not near sack, which got to wonder if Morton would like to go back and do that over again. He came very close to getting that ball intercepted.
2:54 left. Oakland 20, Denver 3. Our thanks to Bill Breslin and Len Shapiro. Player identification. Rick Upchurch to the right. Moses to the left. On the 11-yard line. Green, Keyworth.
All going to happen in Oakland tonight. See Morton back, looks everybody off. Little screen play. Flips the ball right here under great pressure. Looks like the play might have a chance. Jensen takes it, but Keyworth takes it. Ball bounced into the air. Dave Pear gets a piece of him right at the line of scrimmage. Willie Davis had a piece of it too for a while, but Monty Johnson ended up with a touchdown.
Jim Breach kicks the extra point, and Oakland's lead is now 27-3. And Tom Flores is going to be able to feel just a bit better about this first year in the National Football League as a head coach, as his team apparently is going to be 2-3 at day's end. As the NFL season moves into the 6th week of the 79 campaign, you'll want to join Al Davis of the Raiders and all the pro football fans around the country in following the best action on NFL 79. It'll start off the day next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern Time, a show that will feature a look at the small college in Missouri that is supported by NFL players, plus college and NFL football updates with host Brian Gumbel, Mike Adamley, and that Pittsburgh-Cleveland game ought to be a classic. Now, we've talked about rivalries and your expression blood games, which this one was, and we know how those two teams feel about each other. They were both defeated for the first time this season. Today, they'll both be on the rebound 4-1, and only 80,000 people will watch it. That'll be a classic right here on NBC, followed by Seattle, San Francisco, 4:30. Check your time and station in your area.
They hate each other. Those two teams flat hate each other. Pittsburgh hates to play in Cleveland.
Raymond Guy, very high but short. Taken by Zachary Dixon at the 15. Rudely knocked down at the 21 by Charles Phillips, who's trying to get a job back. And you see a little extracurricular activity.
The field.
Phillips is a little angry that his job has been taken away by Mike Davis. He wants to impress the coaches. And Norris Weiss is now the quarterback of the Denver Broncos. He started. Did not really do that badly, but the team did not score any points. And so Craig Morton, when it was 7-0, took over the reins, but couldn't rally his team today. 2:38 left. Weiss, plenty of time. Hits Jensen, who in turn was knocked hard by 53 Rod Martin. Well, that's a painful 2-yard gain.
Lester Hayes coming up from his corner position, put a shoulder into him at the same time. It's been a very physical football game. One of the things that we have noticed in the early going of this season is that the Raiders had not been dominating people. They've been known as a dominant kind of a team, but you see the two quarterbacks, Morton on the right, Weiss on the left. Morton's turn to watch as Weiss is working now, but got to be frustrating. And the coach says, hey, now go in and win it. There's 2 minutes left to go and down by a very heavy one-sided score.
When we come back in Oakland, we'll show you the Western Division standings of the AFC. It's 27-3, Oakland.
Now you can get Zenith's best remote control TV ever and a Zenith check for up to $50. It's Zenith Bonus Savings Days. Choose any Zenith System 3 with Computer Space Command. You get the best Zenith ever and Zenith's best way ever to control TV right from your chair. Get your dealer's best price, plus up to $50 direct from Zenith. System 3 with Computer Space Command. Save during Zenith Bonus Savings Days.
Antifreeze. You never think about it, or how it has to protect somebody beside you, or what could happen without it. Stranded, and no help for miles. Don't trust your luck. Don't trust the weather. Take out old, weak antifreeze now and put your trust in Prestone, too. More people trust Prestone than all other brands combined.
We made it.
More people trust Prestone. And when you flush your cooling system, trust Prestone Super Flush.
Gary Different Strokes Coleman's manager of the worst team in the major.
Kansas City and Oakland all winning by rather large scores late in the game. This is how the AFC Western Division standings should look tomorrow morning. The Chargers beating San Francisco would be in the lead with Denver and Kansas City tied for second. And you fans that have been watching the Kansas City-Seattle game here in Oakland, Tom Flores' Raiders have a 27-3 lead over Denver. We're at the 2-minute warning break. At the
have responded to that challenge, and they've given Denver all they can handle and more on a day that they have gained a lot of stature back, I think, their fans and from their competition as well.
Norris Weiss, who started the game, replaced by Craig Morton, has just hit Riley Odom's 6 catches now for Odoms. First down play from his 32. Weiss on the scramble. Oh, is he hit? Willie Jones, number 90, and that's the 4th sack for the Raiders today. We invite you to stay tuned to NBC. For those of you who have just joined us, the wonderful world of Disney, featuring the $1 Million Duck. Stars Dean Jones will follow immediately after this game, except in Mountain and Pacific time zones, where it'll be seen at its regular time. And that, in turn, will be followed by an excellent world premiere, The Kid in Left Field. Some corn and gather the family around. 2 outstanding motion pictures for you on this Sunday night on NBC. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. 27-3. The Oakland Raiders have just out-defensed Denver today. Weiss. Fumble! No, incomplete the pass as Mike Davis timed his tackle on Ron Egloff, and the ball popped free again. For those of you who have not been with us throughout, it's been the Raiders 7-0 in the first quarter on a Stabler to Dave Casper pass. Then it was 7-3, 14-3 at half as the Raiders scored just before the intermission, and they've added 2 field goals and a fumble recovered in the end zone by Monty Johnson to make it 27-3. Let's run down all the scores for you. 31-10, Houston beat Cleveland. Browns' first loss. Washington's now 4-1 with that victory. Big upset as Miami lost for the first time to the Jets, 33-27. We'll add the rest. 3rd down, 15. Weiss. Nope, the whistle blows it dead. He was in the grasp of Willie Jones again. Jones with back-to-back sacks.
And if they can get one more sack, Dick, they will have equaled the production of the whole first 4 games of the season. Had 6 sacks coming in, already 5 sacks in this game.
Other final scores in the National Football League. New Orleans beat the winless Giants 24-14. Philadelphia hands the Super Bowl champion Steelers the first loss of the season. Minnesota edged Detroit 13-10. It was Buffalo, now 3-2, beating Baltimore. Baltimore winless. Prestridge's kick headed toward Brunson. He wisely let that ball drop at the 42-yard line. There is a flag down. While they discuss the penalty options, let's continue the summary of the scores in NFL on this 5th week of the season. Only unbeaten team in the league is from Tampa Bay. They won in Chicago 17-13. They're 5-0. Kansas City with another impressive victory back-to-back. They beat Oakland 35-7 last week and 24-6 today over Seattle. And San Diego 4-1 after defeating San Francisco 31-9. The 49ers yet to win. Dallas winning big against Cincinnati at home 31-13 fourth quarter. And the Rams have a 21-0 lead at home against the Cardinals in the fourth quarter. So you're updated right to the moment on all the scores. Here 26 seconds left. Oakland 27-3 over Denver. And the Raiders will play it from their own 42-yard line, and this will just be an exercise in running out the final seconds.
Certainly an emotional victory for a team that had to win today. And had they lost this game to the Broncos, they really might have had to just start thinking about building for next year. As it is, they will start to get their wounded warriors back into action. Shell may come this next week. Whittington. Would be nice to hope that this divisional race is going to be a good one, and the Raiders certainly have done a lot to help ensure that in their performance today.
Stabler going to fall on the ball, and the Broncos will decide whether they want to call time. They're not going to. Our executive producer on NBC's football, Don Olmeyer, coordinating producer Ted Nathanson. Today's telecast produced finally by Larry Cirillo and directed magnificently by Ted Nathanson. Technical director Wayne McDonald, associate director Jim Marcioni. Tom Flores has his second win. Red Miller's Broncos did not score a touchdown today. The final, Oakland 27, Denver 3.
Red Miller across the field to congratulate him. You're looking at an unhappy coach.
Promotional.